Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday Night Takeaway Show. Hope you're all keeping well and enjoying the lovely weather that we had today. I know I did anyway. It was really blazing sunshine. I was enjoying that. How about you, gents, apart from obviously our good old friend from the other side of the water, Dow? This midday for you over there. What's the weather like where you are?
It is gray and rainy, but it's not too cold. So I'll be running some errands later. It's only 12:09 p.m. So still a little early on a Sunday. But thanks for having me on.
Nice, welcome, mate. You're welcome as always. Evening, Jez. How are you, mate? After that brilliant show you did on Friday, absolutely superb.
Yeah, it's fun, man. I won't lie. I mean, I think you all noticed towards the end I was proper wasted.
Never noticed.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? It was like, I've been out with three mates at lunchtime for a meal and some wine. And the next morning, after doing that stream, my missus said to me, she said, "Do you know how much you drank yesterday?" And I said, "Not a clue." But we had 3 bottles of wine at lunchtime between the three of us, right? Then, apparently, I said, "Nah, you're lying. I didn't drink that much. I did 4 bottles that night of wine."
Wow. Jesus.
It got a bit messy. Let's just say that. A little bit messy. I lost complete control of what I was talking about. But it was good fun, man. It was good fun. It was a good laugh. Great people coming on. Great you guys were on, and it was just good fun. It was just mad. I don't know if I'll ever do that again. I won't lie. You know I'll tell you why I did it. It was a giggle, right? Because Lee, we did that one 6 hours or something with North Side and all that, and I said, "Look, you're lightweights, boys. I'm gonna do more than that." So the plan was to do 8 hours, but then I looked at it. I thought, no. So I just said it's going to be an epic stream, marathon stream. Sorry, and I took the 8-hour bit out. So yeah, I'm glad I did. I mean, 7 hours 35 minutes. I mean, that's
fair dues. Yeah,
a long day.
You know what I mean?
That was good, mate. It was good, though. I'm glad I came on and celebrated with you as well. But yeah, some good people on there, and obviously in the chat as well. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Anthony, how are you, matey?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Sam. It's been nice, hot, sun in here, hopping around the garden, doing a few things, painting the shed, painting the fence, putting some outside door lights out, putting some lights out outside. You know what? I was actually on that show, obviously with Jez, and it proves how drunk Jez was because he actually said in that show, give Arteta the contract. I thought, fucking hell, did I hear that right? And I was like, Jesus.
No, I
did.
No, I didn't.
Big up, Chris.
Arteta the contract.
Never.
Yeah. Evening, Henry. Hope you can well. Good evening, mate. Hope you're well. First week in June, but don't blink. It'll be Halloween. True. It does fly a bit pretty quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We can organise too. And saw this today as well. I don't know if you saw this, Anthony and Jez. Rob Burrows died today, 40 years old, or 41.
41.
Yeah.
What a shame. Right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I wasn't too sure if you knew, Dale. That was,
I saw a BBC Sport app. I was looking at this
okay.
one.
He had motor neurones disease, didn't he?
Yeah. Another young one gone.
Young. 41, man. That's so young.
It is. Evening, Luke. And also evening, Steve. Evening, gents and chatters. They all say hello to each other. Good evening, Arsenal, mate. Hope you're keeping well. I see what you're saying. Yeah, there was 3 lots of big up chat.
Is there 3 of them in there? I hope not.
Yeah, we'll have a look at it afterwards. Big up, Daniel. Hope you're keeping well, mate. We are live. Yes, Unique 79. Hope you're keeping well. Good seeing you.
Yeah.
And always our respects to AFC. Always Top Gooners think that Ancelotti's washed up. Yeah, see him smoking a cigar after that game.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, Dal,
Yeah.
Dal,
Yeah.
Dal.
This is a repeat
No.
of Friday.
It's a repeat from Friday night.
I'm gonna say it again. We're gonna have Sesko up front and Havertz at left mid.
Okay. Oh God, I think
Jess
that
got mad at that and took off. His chair swung around. Ah, fuck shit, he said. I sent it to Lee Gunner too, and he got mad and walked off the stream.
Thanks, Luca. Thanks very much.
Pick up, Luca.
Oh yeah,
bro.
congratulations, bro. Well done.
No,
done.
thanks,
Oh,
Des.
nice. Good one.
Oh, we
Thank
Did
you.
you actually watch your shoe, Jez, back? Jez, did you watch your shoe back?
No.
No. Oh.
Easy, Mama Flossie.
Don't.
There was a time in that stream, Jez, I could not stop laughing. Like I was literally could not stop laughing. I think it was the beer and other things. So
Even to the assembly. No, it was good, wasn't it? I mean, like I just said, fluent at the beginning, fluent halfway through, near the end. The old rail started to come off a little bit.
Oh, big time, man. Big time. You know
No,
what I
but it was good. It was all good. It was all good. Big up early doors. Respect to the panel. Thanks, Ravi. Good to see you on here.
yeah, Brady.
Is it 8 hours beyond? I thought 5. No. Yeah.
8 for the West Coast.
The thing is, as I said, I was chatting last night doing a watch along for the Champions League final with the Yeti. When you've got 9 guests on, right, at times, there's 9 people on there, and you're trying to chat to everybody, and you're also trying to do the comments as well. It gets chaos. You just lose your thread. You're like, plus way too much to drink. It was a bit daft, really, but it was fun. You know,
It was. Yeah. I think we all enjoyed that. All enjoyed that. 5 hours East Coast time. Look, West Coast time is 3 hours behind that. Yeah. So what's this about this? I see obviously there's some transfer business rumours going around already. I mean, West Ham have got a few that we're apparently going over. We've got this Lewis Gilhern that's nearly a done deal. Apparently Bayern's looking to hijack it, so hopefully we can get that one wrapped up pretty quickly. But he's supposed to be some new super kid that's coming in. And obviously the one that's reared its head again is Luis Saha. Lopetegui's quite interested in him, apparently.
Really?
Apparently so.
Luis Saha?
Yeah. No. What's his name? Jesus Christ, he's gone at me head. Zaha, the Crystal Palace man.
Wilfred Zaha.
That's it, Wilfred. Sorry, Wilfred.
I said Luis Saha. I was like, Jesus.
I was going to see, he's coming. Well, you know what it is, Dale. Yeah, each club's do their time a bit. Yeah, we're talking about Wilfred. Yeah, possibly bringing him back, but
he's in Turkey right now, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, I've not heard this. I've not heard about this.
Yeah, he really said a couple of weeks back, and also it's kind of I saw some articles on it again today, but I don't know. What's he now? 31, something like that.
Got to be, isn't he?
Yeah. But we're also going for, apparently we're looking at some youngster. I think he's currently at Sunderland. I think I forgot his bloody name. There's a winger, so he's looking to replace Ben Rama.
Okay.
So we're interested. But apparently he's two forwards we're looking at as well. But at the moment they're not exactly saying who they are. Patrick Walsh, loving the teletext early doors. Remember the betting shop my granddad used to take me on the way home from school. Yeah, do you remember them days? Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Zaha would come on in just the 70th minute, right? Because Kudos is on the left.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's if you can get him for a free or really cheap, I would think there's probably something there. You can play him in cup games or maybe some. I don't know. That's a weird one.
Maybe it's just for experience, Dale. Could be that.
Huh?
Could be that. But
if he's worth a punt for sure.
Oh yeah, he's still an athlete, isn't he? At the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unique's got a question for us. Early question panel. Let's talk about Real Madrid winning the Champions League and then signing Mbappe, the ultimate elite football club in the world. What do you all think? Good question.
Right. Look, they're just proven winners. You know, they're relentless, and that is what a big club does. You win the Champions League, and then you plan for next season, and you want to go again. They've already stated it, haven't they? Oh,
Yeah.
you want the 16th next year, and that's ambition.
Right.
And respect, fair play to them. You know, you can't knock it. That's what it is. I mean, somebody put out there today, and Real Madrid fan said, if we don't win the Champions League each year, it's a failure. Hey, you know,
There's a difference, isn't it?
that's the difference, mate. That is a difference of where Arsenal are compared to these teams. Although, you know, that's why we got rid of Highbury to move to the Emirates to compete with the best. Well, I haven't seen it yet. And how long are we going to wait? That's what I want to know. I think it's a joke, personally. But, yeah, fair play to Real Madrid. I thought they were absolutely incredible last night. You know, when they needed to pop the pedal down, they did.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't a great game for Vinicius Junior, but he did what he had to do at the right time, and that's what wins you games.
Yeah. Oh, you thought they had their chances, didn't they? They had a couple of shots they should have either put them away. It could have made the game a bit more interesting, but that's the difference straight away. And if they're signing Mbappe as well on top of that, then they're setting their stall out early, aren't they, for next season? Yeah. That's for sure.
On my days, yeah.
And beyond.
Yeah.
And beyond. That's. I mean, let's be real. Vinny Jr., Mbappe, and possibly Rodrigo. I mean, Rodrigo, I think might go. I don't think he's come to Arsenal, but if he goes, he goes. But regardless, you have Vinny Jr. and Mbappe. I can't think of any defensive line in any league that can stop that. I mean, Gabriel and Saliba would be the closest, I would think. Nacho and Rudiger aren't. I don't rate Nacho and Rudiger together as better than Saliba and Gabriel, even though their numbers are probably better because I think Madrid only lost one game this season. So, I mean, it is what it is. But it's really funny to watch them put the pieces to the puzzle. I never thought of them as a team that just goes out and just buys names to fill a roster, right? They buy superstars and all the other ones, Valverde, Lucas, I think what's his last name? Lucas Hernandez. No. What's his name? The young kid on their team. But they got Valverde and they got Nacho, players they've brought up from their academy, mixed with superstars, right? Mixed with superstars. And Camavinga has got to be 23. His silky touch. I mean, him and Mbappe together are going to be something else to watch. They're going to find someone to fit Toni Kroos's spot. I don't know, man. They're going to be a dynasty, I think, for the next decade for sure. And I feel kind of bad for Dortmund as well. Shout out David. I feel bad for you guys. I thought you guys played a good match the first 40 minutes of that game. You guys should have really gone up 1 or 2-0, but you got to take your chances against teams like Madrid. You just have to have that composure in front of goal, and you just need to slot it away. But Dortmund looked like they were up for it, but I think their legs, I don't know what you guys think, but it looked like to me their legs around the 70th minute, maybe the 60th minute, 65th minute was kind of done. Julian Brandt wasn't running around as much, and I thought he was kind of the engine, of course, in their midfield, but I don't know. You play against Madrid, just Don Carlo knows. He knows when, like Jess says, when to step it up a notch, put on the accelerator, and just let it go. And they just advanced themselves up the pitch closer and just took the ball off you guys. And I feel awful for that poor kid Maatsen with the second goal, just playing that ball right to Jude Bellingham, from the left side. Poor kid, but that's the way it goes. Madrid deserved it, but I feel it should have been a 2-1 game. I think Dortmund should have gotten a goal.
Yeah, they had opportunities, like I said.
Worked hard, yeah. They had the opportunity.
In the post from the first half.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Henry's asking, Jez, did you get any nice prezzies? Have you been a good boy?
Actually, I did get a very nice present, but I haven't. I know what it is, but I haven't actually got it yet. It's from both my daughters, and they'll be giving that. Well, one of them will be bringing that round on Tuesday. So I'm not going to say what it is just yet, but yeah. And oh dear, remarkably, right. What was it? Saturday morning. When I went down into the kitchen, and there was a box of 12, no, 6 bottles of wine from the wife, and she said, "Well, after all the drink you drunk last night, this is to replace what you drunk." I was like, yeah. I thought, I don't think I'll have any. I
What a
felt
smart gal.
pretty.
Wow.
I won't lie. I didn't have a hang.
You got to replenish, Jez. You got to replenish.
Well, I just felt absolutely burnt. You know, I was like, oh, like that. You know, and I was doing that watch along last night with the Yeti, and I was really, really struggling to drink a glass of wine. It was like, not sure I really want this. But yeah, no, yeah. I haven't actually opened. Got a load of cards,
Brilliant.
and loads of messages on Facebook and Insta. But yeah, I haven't actually opened any presents yet.
No, it's good, mate. It just shows you everyone's got respect for you, haven't they, at the end of the day, which is great. Evening, Dave. Tony in the panel, everyone in the chat. Smash the likes and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thanks very much, mate. Hope you're keeping well. And yep, don't forget to smash the like and share and subscribe to Old School Gunner as well. Al as well as these people in the panels as well. He's in Europe at least 100%. You see this comment for you, Anthony?
It was the early doors mask, wasn't it? That's what he's on about.
Where it says, yeah, you look good with, you look like different without it anyway.
It's about the same.
Cheers, mate.
Kevin Campbell, something happened to Kevin Campbell, is it?
Yeah.
Got kidney failure.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
See, I've heard so many different stories. I don't really want to say because in case I'm wrong and then or whatever, but that was one of the reasons that Jez said. I did hear that. I heard he's in hospital. I'll say I did read, or somebody actually said on the chat in another show that apparently he's in hospital and he's in a coma. So I don't know. There's all this stuff going around about it at the minute. So I don't really want to say anything that's
He had a bad stroke, didn't he? Bad stroke. Then he came out, and now he's back in, and he's apparently got kidney failure now. So that's not a good sign.
No.
Cool. Didn't realise that. Is this recently? Is it or?
Yeah. He had the stroke just after around February time, something like that.
Wow.
And he was, in a coma then, and everything. It's a real bad stroke apparently. Got through that in recovery. It takes a long time, as we all know. That can take ages. And then apparently now he's back in there with kidney failure. So it's not good, is it? Wish him all the best. Wish him all the best.
All the best.
Absolutely. Jez, do you still buy the new Arsenal home shirts?
I don't. But normally every birthday I'll get one bought by the family. I do tell them, don't buy me an Arsenal shirt. Don't do it because I don't need to go to the club. But they always do. And I know for a fact probably Tuesday that will be. I did actually say to one of my daughters, I really like the away shirt, the black one, right, with the gold cannon. And I'm pretty certain that's what they've bought me,
Last season, right? The black.
Say again, mate?
Last season's was the black one, wasn't it?
Isn't this one this year's got the new cannon, isn't it? Going.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen the away one yet. I've
Oh
only
yeah, the black,
seen-
red, and green, in it. That one has got the cannon. The cannon. That
Oh,
cannon reminds me of the cannon we had in '79 in the FA Cup final for that season. That's what it reminds me of. But it's like what I said. It would have looked better if basically the badge that's behind Jez. It would have looked better if it was that badge on there. Personally,
Well, this one.
yeah.
That's not an Arsenal badge, mate.
No,
the one behind
one
you.
behind you.
On
The
your
one
screen.
behind you.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Beg your pardon. Yeah. Well, I'll never use that again because it's got Latin on it, and that offends certain overseas countries. That's why they took it down, because certain overseas countries are offended by Latin. Personally, if you want my opinion, that's bullshit. Because if you support the club, you support the badge. So
Exactly that. Yeah, absolutely.
that badge has been around since the 40s. So if you don't like it, don't support.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like us changing our badge, isn't it, to West Ham with London underneath it. It's like we're branches all of a sudden. Gone away with the old the bowling castle on it, which is a great shame.
Proper badge, that was proper badge.
Lucas saying here, what's his kudos future for the summer? Is he staying or going Liverpool? He should be staying, but I've also heard that if the rumour's true, Man United are also sniffing around at kudos. But as far as I can see it, I think he's going to be here for one more season at least. So hopefully that's going to be the case. I mean, obviously, I know. Sorry, Jess.
No, I was actually going to ask you, Tony. Is it actually true that there was a castle near the old Boolean ground? Is that actually true? I don't know.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. Because I mean, the reason why we also moved from Upton Park because originally they was going to develop the ground, but the cost to do certain things would have been astronomical. Then they bought the church and the school, and they was going to turn the pitch. So normally it ran from north to south. They wanted to change. They were going to turn the stadium from east to west.
Right.
So that way they can get the height and the things. So obviously, where the Upton Park was, you had Priory Road, which was they had the bus station down the bottom there. So they either have to build a bridge or a tunnel for the buses to go underneath that. At the back end, you had a block of flats, so they couldn't develop that side. The Bobby Moore stand, that was a service road and then the shops. And of course, the main entrance, which you saw with the castles and stuff, that was the only bit they could really develop. And that was one of the reasons why they moved out. Just like like they said to the Arsenal, we're going to move on to a bigger stadium. We'll be able to compete with the big boys. And a pair of us know what the rest of the story is from there.
Yeah, I mean, that old pipe dream, isn't it?
Yeah. There is a question here for you guys, though. Where did it go? It's from AFC Always. Anthony Dow and Jez, can you really see Arsenal spending 130 million euros on Osherman? I don't see that happening.
No. I just think the players are going to get in. He's just going to expand the squad basically, because we're really thin. And it's just going to be backup players. I feel we're going to get this season, and this striker, what everybody's on about. What's his body? Sesko. Yeah, I actually seen a video of him on YouTube, and he just reminds me of another Kai Havertz. To be honest with you, 6'5", balls in the box, scoring headers. But in all fairness, if you notice, when Arsenal crosses the balls in the box, most of them are to feet. They're never to height, are they? Really? So, be a waste of money. In all fairness,
Lucas saying the same thing.
65 million euros is the talk. That's the talk.
65 million. Bloody hell.
I saw something that we were going to send ESR and cash to Napoli for Osimhen. I don't see that happening. If ESR goes anywhere, he's going to go to Fulham. So right then, I don't think we're going to spend 130 million on one player. Especially after the $65 million investment in Havertz. Now, if we didn't have Havertz, I would say there'd probably be more of a chance. But He obviously rates Havertz. He's played him pretty much every game since we bought him. So I don't think he's going to put another 130 mil, and now you're talking 195 mil on two players.
Yeah.
That's not happening. But I do see the Sesko deal happening, unfortunately. But I think, if I would rather have him than Nketiah. That's the way I look at it. Is that it's the worst of two evils, essentially, right? But this Sesko kid may be pretty damn good. He's been chased after, I know, a season or two ago by United. I think Liverpool have taken a look at him. So I don't think he's some chump necessarily, but I want better, just as Jez and I know Anthony does as well, and probably people in the chat. But I don't think that Sesko, I think that's a lot of money for him. But I think, guys, anymore 65 mil is the new 30 mil. I really do. I think in this market, 65 mil is just the mid-range price for pretty much anybody, I think, at this point, guys.
Yeah.
I think the market is so inflated now that gone are the days of the $25, $30 million top player. Those days, I mean, that's 10, 12, 15 years ago, fellas. I think 65, 70 mil is going to be the mid-range price we're going to be looking at from here until the future. So if again, he's better than Nketiah. But in my eyes, that's an improvement. I mean, it's not my money. It's a lot of money. It's probably 20 or 30 million more than we really all would think we'd spend. But I think there's something possible with this kid. I've seen some videos too. The guy can jump. I mean, jump, like jump, like that. So maybe there's something there. Maybe we're getting some crosses in. I don't know. He's better than Nketiah. We all know that. And we're linked to somebody who will get us better and get us further to where we need to be, then I'm all for it.
Sounds good.
We'll
come back to. Just want to go on this comment. So, Chris from Meta Football TV, great week in this. You've reached 300. He's reached 200 subs. Well done, mate. And yesterday got to 45 years without sitting in his hook. That's good. So we're saying like to each other there.
Yeah, exactly, Luke. Oxlade Chamberlain was like 35.
Yeah, I know. Look, Louis Saha, yeah. Bringing him out of retirement, that was my fault.
He's probably better than Nketiah. Must be fair.
Yeah, probably still could do it. I've got 20 subs now, so I'm growing. Well done.
I just want to say, Adam, I see your comment about we need someone better than Havertz, but we're not going to spend $100 million again on a new striker when he just spent $65 million on him last season.
Yeah.
You're looking at $200 million an outlet of two striker-like positions. They're not going to do that, bro.
I didn't see the box of myself.
Yeah. Havertz is going to be our striker. I think he's going to be our number one striker as soon as we dump off Nketiah.
Who's that? Who, mate? Who? Who do you think?
I think we dump off Nketiah and we probably get Sesko. But our friend Adam is saying no one is relying on Nketiah. I know, but we need to rely on another striker in a position when we have, 65 games coming up plus this season.
Yeah,
it's not going to be just the first 11 to get us over the line, you guys. We need to fill our bench, like Tony was saying earlier in the chat.
I agree with you.
We got to fill the bench with quality players. And I mean, Sesko was, like I said, I'm not a fan, but if it's going to get Nketiah out and get somebody better in, I'm all for it.
Is this Smith Rowe thing to Fulham? Is that was that going to be a loan deal or to buy or?
No, it's to buy. It's to buy. I read it's going to be anywhere between 15 to 20 million for Smith Rowe.
Wow.
So that's that one. Then obviously all this speculation talks is like, obviously Bayern Munich with Zinchenko. There's apparently there's another one I read today that AC Milan they gone in for Ramsdale for 30 million.
Yeah,
wow,
I saw that.
So
Lucas put ESR to Fulham if that happens, but why are we keeping Vieira? That's what I don't get. Thoughts on that?
Good point. Good point.
That is a good point. Good point is I don't know why.
A better player. Similar injury record, I suppose, as well.
I mean, personally, I like Smith Rowe. I'd rather him go out on loan You know, get some game time under his belt. See what he's like for that season when he's out on loan, and then come back to us. Because I said it to Jez on Jez's show as well. What I want to see at Arsenal from next season
Even you
onwards,
should
I
say.
want to see every player. I want to see competition in every position at
Mm.
Arsenal Football Club. That's what I want to see. If we
Yeah.
want to do anything.
Even Tyler.
I don't think it's going to happen
No.
because we've got to spend a shed load of money to do that of quality players. And
You gotta sell.
unfortunately, if Arsenal this season, if they're allowed to, with the FFP, can spend 200 million. You know, if you're looking at top level players, I'm talking about 3 top level players. That's 180 million.
Yeah, that's true.
So where's the money going to come from? They're going to have to offload a lot of players to raise that money up.
Big up, Tony.
It's
No,
gonna
exactly.
And you have to blame Arteta and Edu. They've bought these players, right? They're now stuck with, right? Fabio Vieira, except blah blah blah. They bought them, and if they're now looking to get rid of them, they think they're not good enough. But it's your bloody fault, mate.
Mm.
That's right. I reckon we'll only get one good player in, and the rest of the players that we sign, it'd be like, who's this? Who the fucking hell is that? What position does he play? You know, he's going to be one of those. And it'd be like signing Vieira, and then it'd be like, obviously it'd be players that won't play well, that's no good for the club, and then we find it hard to get rid of them, to get them off the wage bill. That's what it'd be.
It'd be probably some South American kid that we'll never ever see again, like Marquinhos.
I think Marquinhos is going back to Brazil. I think I read.
I mean, it's just laughable, isn't it? It's just laughable.
Yeah.
Could have had him for nothing as well. Oh, but no. To be nice, we'll give him 3 million. That stinks of such corruption to me.
No.
Sacco injured for the England friendly tomorrow. That's a shame.
I haven't seen that, but
I haven't seen that. I don't believe he is. They're just keeping back for the Euros. I mean, what's the point of playing all these top quality players, in a friendly? Do you know what I mean? Tomorrow night, what's the point in that? We just might go mix, jumble the side up, and just give these other players a chance.
Interesting. Evening, Fuzzy. How are we doing, mate? First of all, welcome back in.
Doing okay, a bit sniffly as I'm getting on the other side of a small cold per se, but yeah, doing okay, doing all right. Just had myself some nice pink fish with some steamed veg, so a nice healthy dinner to finish off my Sunday. Thought I'd try a bit of this crap, strawberry and watermelon flavour one. This one, but once I've had this one, I can put that to bed. Don't have to drink that stuff anymore. Aside from that, it's some interesting stories in the world of Man United. The talks of Bruno Fernandes potentially getting links to Bayern and Barcelona. Is he gonna jump ship? I'll have to see. I think he's probably relatively committed to Man United, but you never know. Money talks. He might get that sweet deal, but it's like, yeah, okay, I'll jump ship. But yes, it's an interesting situation at the moment with Man United. We'll have to see how it goes. Ten Hag decision on the cusp of being made. Which way is that going to go? No idea. But yeah, good to be here. Glad to see everybody. How are we feeling, Jez, after your birthday weekend?
Recovered now, mate. I've recovered. Struggled yesterday, I won't lie. It was a bit of madness.
Yeah.
Talked about it earlier, mate. Totally lost control at the end. I think about the last hour and a half, I ain't got a clue what I'm talking about. I won't. You know, it was just like I was getting tired and I was seriously drunk, and I was just talking absolute bollocks. And you know,
I can't end the fucking show. I can't end it. How do I end it?
it was fun. It was fun.
That's good.
Also-
No, it was fun, Jez. It was good. It was a good show.
Also, another thing as well. Congratulations to Early Doors on surpassing 300 subscribers. I think that's been.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
publicly
Appreciate
just
that.
said, but,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Truly on the Steve's comment here, you know, this is this time of the year, isn't it? He's saying, "Oh, good, thanks." Laughing at people losing their minds over the transfer rumours. It's that time of the year, and that's the thing now, isn't it? We're hearing all the things, and I'm just going to back up with usual suspects comment as well. Drives me mad, to be honest. A certain West Ham channel must mention at least 6 different players every day.
Did I Arsenal really, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, we know which ones they are. You know, like you know your ones, Arsenal mentioned about certain players. Our people was right. The level of ambition is not where it needs to be right now at Arsenal. It's a shame. It's interesting times.
There's a certain Arsenal channel today who retracted his statement he made about the Arsenal Madrid starting 11 after last night. I mean, why do you make a stupid statement like that in the first place? And then have to backtrack it? You've made yourself look a complete prick. You know why? Because it gets likes, it gets views, and people will fall in with it. You know,
Yeah.
that's what winds me up. Really does wind me up. I'm thinking you're talking absolute bollocks anyway, fella. And then you actually, at the end of the season, I'll retract it because I got it wrong. Oh, yeah. Well, why did you say it in the first place then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name don't begin with E, does it, Jess?
I think it does, mate. I think it does.
Oh, right.
Yeah. If you know, you know. It's
Yeah.
one of those, isn't it? Chris actually lives in Spain himself, and as he says here, if you live in Spain, you'll see Madrid differently. Not the amazing team it is. It's unfortunate, but so that's quite an interesting comment. That just shows you that we only see the glossy parts, no doubt. Real Madrid did not even have to play that final well. That's how wasteful Dortmund are. Yeah, they were though, weren't they? What's it here? It's a 12-foot Arteta ceiling tapestry. Don't get your hopes up over the presidents. You will see his face every night right above your head. No, that's Terry's duvet and pillowcases, toilet paper.
Yeah.
Toilet paper. I'd love to have some Arteta toilet paper. I'll have to put that on the Christmas list for the wife. Find on Amazon or something.
You guys got a birthday card from Arteta, by the way, if you didn't know that.
I bet he did.
It went in the fucking bin.
He said it.
Let's go. Little fuck. Rose goes in the front, big guy.
He said, "Happy birthday, Jez, you prick."
That's your light bulb. Yes, this is a light bulb.
Bird it
Come on,
live on
guys,
the
you
show.
can do it.
This is obviously, you know, take this as you will, but there's a question for you guys. This is an interesting one for the Arsenal guys. Would any of you kiss Arteta's chest for 100 quid?
No.
No.
Fuzzy probably would. He's thinking
Of
about
course, yeah.
I was going to say, Fuzzy was like 100 quid. His eye got back in his head then.
I'd do it for free.
I wouldn't do it for 100 million quid.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I saw this one as well. Yeah, this one being dragged back out of the old fucking cupboard. Brozier being the latest coming to West Ham.
Is that the one that played for Chelsea?
Yeah. This bloke's been banded to West Ham, like you try and do in Ketty with Anthony. Chelsea's trying to do the same with Brozier. We keep him. He's like a fucking yo-yo.
Well, I'll tell you something now, Sam. I reckon Eddie Nketiah, I seriously, and I reckon he's going to go to your team, or I reckon, and I'm going to say this now, I reckon he might go to Yeti's team, Forest.
Yeah. Now we've got the new manager in, you've got no chance. If it's Moyes, different story. But with
Yeah.
Lopetegui and that, no, he won't be interested in Nketiah, that's for sure.
I think Nketiah is going to Ipswich.
That'd be an interesting one.
They would need a striker that's shit. I mean, they need somebody that has some prem experience.
Ivan Tony, yeah, big. That's not a bad shout, boy. Not a bad shout. I think Arsenal have lost interest in him.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank God.
Oh.
Well, he's just one game coming back, wasn't it? The Forest game. After that, he didn't offer much at all, really, did he?
No.
Patrick's asking here, did anybody see the Gilberto Server interview on AFTV?
Oh, no.
My heart sank when I saw his face on that channel.
Yeah.
Is he loading himself for that?
I didn't see that, but bloody
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, yeah, no mention of Lingard. No, let's hope not usual suspect. Jesus. Yeah, exactly.
Gilberto Silva.
Anthony does that in his underwear every Saturday night.
If you haven't seen it, Gilberto
Coach
Silva,
Anthony, big weirdo.
it's only a matter of time for Arteta and Arsenal.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I wonder how much he was paid to say that.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, Lindegaard to West Ham, I'm all for it.
Don't you jump on the bandwagon as well, Dale, with Anthony.
No,
I think you have a very good manager.
I've never, ever had any player's name on my shirt. The only time I've ever had a name was my 40th birthday, and it said Jez 40, which my mum and dad bought me. Bless them, rest in peace. And that was the only time I've ever had anything on the back of the shirt.
I got a Martinelli.
I only had one shirt with a name on the back, and it was the 95, 96 one. And number 10, I had Burkamp written on the back, and that's the only name that I've had was Burkamp. But upstairs, I have got a signed Arsenal top. O2 is the sponsor, and I got in a frame by Freddie Lundberg.
That's cool.
So,
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think my boy got the away kit and that. He had a gird put on the back of it and that. I mean, I think he's probably regretting that now. But yeah, at the time. I mean, look at this here. The new Liverpool home jersey, £100 for a fucking jersey. Jesus Christ.
stop that.
That's what the Arsenal one's £105 with nothing on it.
Yeah, I was just looking at Adidas America because you guys were talking about the away kits. It's $150
Wow.
for the Arsenal home kit. Which is, yeah, probably equal to £105.
You know what?
I've had on the back of the
Nothing
shirt.
on
my
it.
own.
Yeah, nothing on it.
Yeah. Go online. My son, he wanted the England kit. So I got him the England kit, the grey one, number 4 with Rice across the back. And I tell you what, that's not bad for the socks, the shorts, and the shirt. £25 all in. Get online on you know. It might be a snipe, but I tell you what, you can't really tell the difference.
Is that something gate, is it?
Yes, it is.
Something gate, yeah. You know,
Something gate. Yeah, front gate.
Unique saying, Jez, the new home kit has the vibe of the 1991 season where we nearly went invincible.
It does. It does indeed.
Big up, Eros.
At least the cannon's the right way this time.
Yeah, I heard of it. Keep up with the squad on the manager is the big difference. This squad will foul again. Ooh, no good. So did I. Evening, Carl. Evening, Ton, Anthony, Dow, and Jez and chat.
Evening, Carl.
Do you think having the Olympic Stadium was rightly given to West Ham and not Spuds? We bought the ground. We actually bought the London Stadium, us and Newham Council. And of course, then you had literally Mr. Hearn and Mr. Levy kicking up a fuss because Hearn was moaning about it going to be on the doorstep, and Levy just wanted the new White Hart Lane Stadium built. And this was his way of getting Haringey Council to speed things up. But hey, I mean, we pay £4 million in rent for the place, but the stadium itself is losing money hand over fist. So you never know.
Mm.
It could end up being us, actually being the owners of the place. And if that's happened, then we made there was plans originally once we bought the stadium to redevelop it, because actually at the time it wasn't fit for purpose. Still, probably you might say it's not fit for purpose, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with that.
It's leaking, isn't it, too? You said in the toilet, you go in, you're walking through about 3 inches of water
Yeah,
to go to the toilet to go and take a piss.
Budgie
So-
said, yeah, because apparently it's part of the system. Apparently, because the water actually kind of is part of its kind of design. The water to go into the toilets, go what Budgie said previously.
Mm.
But it just feels like you're walking around in a load of piss. Which
Bloody hell.
it's not a great
You
feeling.
can either do breaststroke at Old Trafford through rainwater, or you can do backstroke through piss at the London Stadium.
Yeah. Do you remember that guy
Boys.
going to the Man United game? He was walking down the road outside Old Trafford. He had his snorkels on, his flippers, and he's giving it that down the fucking road.
I mean, there's a lot of talk here, obviously, saying about this must be obviously Arsenal. The team needs to deliver no more excuses. I mean, we've got the Euros coming up, obviously, and obviously we've got the transfer window in a couple of weeks' time as well, starting it up. But do you see Arsenal actually improving with some of the players they're going to be buying in?
No. I just thought like it's going to be late. I mean, obviously, like you said, Tone, and everybody said, since when the Euro starts, as soon as the window opens, it's going to be. I think it's going to be a slow, long process for Arsenal this season. I really do. I mean, I'm banking on at least. Well, I was hoping at least 4 players, maybe 5, to come in this season, but I doubt if we'd even get that. I reckon we'd only get 2 or 3 maximum, and. Like with myself, Jez, and Dow, listen, this is Arsenal. It's typical Arsenal Football Club, and nothing surprises us at the end of the day. And if the results are shit and we don't win nothing next season, this manager's got to be gone, and questions need to be asked. As simple as that.
Yeah, before we ask the other guys, I mean, obviously, just it's great comment here. I mean, obviously, unbelievable. 5 years has gone since Reyes passed away.
Yeah.
Another one taken too
Very
early.
sad. Very sad.
Yeah.
Died in a car crash. That's very sad.
Yeah.
35 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, Jez, Dow, what do you think? Do you think that you've got enough to get it over the line for next season? If you're going to bring some new players in?
I think there will be new players coming in, but we've got to get some crap out. But look, I have to question whether you get great players in, right? Yeah, like every talk. So in the Champions League, you bring in world-class players. Well, I haven't seen that happen yet. Okay, so that'd be an interesting thing. And I'm sorry, I still have to put it down how good your manager is. It's all right spending big money on players. Let's say 3 players, 180, 190 million, right? You still got to have the winning mentality and tactical ability from the manager. And I have to, yes, people call me out on it. Oh, we've challenged twice. Great, fantastic. It's an improvement, but you still haven't won. You ain't won nothing. How long do you accept failure? That's the question. That's the real question.
Yeah.
Right. I always want to see us compete in the cups. If I don't know why he doesn't give any credence to the FA Cup. Like why we can't play a strong squad in the FA Cup. It's beyond me. Because I think in hindsight, that would be buying himself more time. If he loves the club as much as he says he does, then he needs to start winning trophies. It's as simple as that. There was a question the other day that came in a chat and asked if myself or someone, an Arsenal commentator, of course, would we settle for the Caribou Cup in 16th place? No.
No.
No, right? Let's have some frame of reality here. The Caribou Cup is at the bottom of the list. Fine.
Yeah.
But I still want to see a competitive side out there, at least giving it its all and seeing what we can get. Right? And so, and of course, there would be no excuse for ever us being 16th place, just like there was no excuse for us a couple seasons ago or 3 seasons ago being in 20th for 3 weeks or however long it was. But the thing is that I don't trust him with the money, and he's proven us correct. The Havertz deal, I mean, he's had a purple patch. We don't know what to expect from Kai Havertz. There's no indication that he's going to come out of the gates just gunning away. There's no indication of that because it
Thanks,
took him
Tyler.
a while to get going, even when we brought him in, and he's had his, simulated to the squad. He's had his time, his purple patch, but there's just no guarantees in life, like winning the lottery or Arsenal finishing in the top 3. So it's going to be worse next season because I also look at teams around us that are going to improve. Obviously, West Ham, you guys are going to improve. Not that you're going to be pushing us for second or anything, but it's going to be difficult going to your ground. It's going to be difficult when you guys come to us. And same thing with United. They're going to improve, even though they're kind of caught in a weird cycle right now. They're going to get a couple players in that'll, make them better. And hopefully we do too. But I'm not liking what I'm hearing. So out of all the people we're linked to, the two I think I agree with the most that would really happen would unfortunately be Rashford and this Sesko deal. I can't imagine Marcus Rashford coming to Arsenal. Like, what value that would really bring? A Prem experience, maybe. But again, I would like to, have Sesko over him, but only play Sesko as a backup to Havertz or play him in some cup games. It's like, use the players wisely. That's my thing.
Of course.
Times that he wants to just tinker it in a way so he can win a certain way to feed his own ego, right? And that's really, the true fans can really see through that after a while. While the Arteta sexuals see that as, oh, he's implementing his own style. Well, his own style is inverting the left back. That's his style. So I think we'll get players in, but I'm really concerned if they're the right players.
Mm. Yeah, be interested to see what's going to happen because, as you said, and Anthony said before, until you see him in the shirt on that pen to paper, it's all rumours at this stage. So
exactly. Until they hold up the shirt, it's
exactly. And then you should. Well, it's like with us. We normally look at last season. As soon as you saw Steadton on that jet plane and that, he's normally bringing a player back with him. So that's what we're looking for in the next couple of days, hopefully. Just want to go on this one, and obviously Carl Rossi saying, congrats on 300, Tony. They did want me to say, this is Sparta. So I've now done that because I've reached the 300, basically. Even Gents back again. For me, Arsenal needs a striker like Sesko. Another goalkeeper as Rambo will leave. Vieira, get him out now, poor player. Eddie Bye, about time. How are we? Yeah, we're all doing well. I think the Arsenal guys are doing well as well.
True.
What's the entire 8 hours, Jez? Don't know. It was on repeat. Woke up the Wolfie calling me a dickhead.
Oh, good.
Was that mine?
Yeah, he's watching your show. He's watched it again. Yeah.
Yeah, play to you, mate. I've got to show you respect for doing it again. Gee, I haven't done it, man. I will in the week. I will in the week.
I think where you got to watch from is from if you watch your show back, Jez, watch it from the 4 hours onwards.
Is that when it all went tits up? Sounds about right. Sounds hey,
I've had enough. He's a prick.
I don't remember any of that.
Bring up Tony Clark.
Did you see the show last night where he did a watch long for the Champions League, and he fell asleep.
Who did that?
Did you see it?
He was there.
Waffle TV.
He fell asleep, did he? Bloody hell.
He had what's his name in there? Bargav was in there.
Who fell asleep, Jez? I missed that.
Waffle TV, abs.
Abs fell
Oh.
asleep.
I jumped in towards the end, and I said, "What the fuck is this?" And you can hear him snoring
Oh, shit.
like this.
Was it? I didn't know. I thought Bargav was on with Wolfie. When he Bargav was on with
He was
Wolfie.
on with Wolfie at one point, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
on with the both
Towards
of
the
them.
end, he was in there,
Mm.
right? Because I put a couple of comments and I said, "End the stream, mate. End the stream." And then Bargav showed himself. I said, "Mate, well done for keeping it going for half an hour, but I'd bin it if I was you. I'd leave."
Bloody hell.
And he did. Yeah, it was abs and Stepsy. Yeah, it was embarrassing, man. And it went on right for 6 hours.
Oh my god.
6 hours. And it
True.
was like, just end it, man, end it. And it was like, seriously, how embarrassing is that? You fucking
Yeah.
fall asleep, man. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking cut it.
You don't see me doing that.
Nope.
All of
Uh,
his chair.
Just want to say this, obviously, to AFC always. Just I've started this. Speedy recovery, mate. Let's hope you get home tomorrow. Anyway, yeah, he's been in hospital for 10 days now.
Pneumonia, innit?
Yeah, pneumonia. Yeah, so let's hope it all, it all goes well when he
Yeah.
gets himself home.
Yeah,
and
big up
also-
AFC always.
Get well
It's
soon.
interesting.
Absolutely. And also, this is for you Arsenal guys, because this is actually from Daniel. He's a Spurs guy. He's a great guy as well. I honestly thought Arsenal would be more serious. Even as a Tottenham fan, I can admit that they're not far from winning this league. And then get another line as a top-level striker who will score 20 plus. And yeah, it's good to hear someone say that about you guys.
Good point. Yeah. But is Sesko going to... I'm sure we'll buy Sesko. I'm sure of that.
Yeah, me too.
You know, is he going to get you 25 goals a season? I don't know. I don't know enough about him. Serious question. I don't know. I've never seen him play. I've seen clips, because people are putting clips out there about him, this, that, and the other. And it was
Yes.
Matty. I've seen it. Yeah, King Mikel. Matty put out a clip today of Sesko's last 50 shots, right? And he scored some banging goals, right? Banging goals, right? But there's an awful lot of bad mistakes. So, but I suppose the excuse will be, well, he's 22. Hey, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll ask Strasbourg. Strasbourg will know. He's my go-to guy about these players. So
Absolutely. Big up, James. Hope you keep him well, mate. Big up to the lads. So, and also to Geordie as well. We're a little bit more respectful today, Geordie, for you compared to last time.
Yeah, Geordie.
Willing out all the celebrities to try and get the views up. No one is watching Mutant TV anymore. Yeah, this is the problem. This is AFTV, isn't it?
That's what's happening.
The Pie is a free agent, lads. Anyone in your team?
Absolutely.
I would.
100%.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hit the fucking likes of you. Absolutely, Carl. I like the Arsenal crest when it had 3 cannonballs in it.
Mm-hmm. Proper badge with AFC in the cannonballs. Yeah, proper.
So it should be 25 or 40 quid. No, they're 100 quid now. Yeah, 100 quid. Well, 105 as just said. Hey, Tony James has a great review. Yours doing? Ravi, big up. A lot of Liverpool fans have lose this loser mentality, thinking they're trying hard is not good enough. I think that's with most clubs these days, unfortunately, Ravi.
I think Liverpool are going to be okay, Tom, to be honest. I think that Slots can get something out of Gakpo, Gravenberch, and Van Dijk. I mean, I think that's why he's brought in there to get the three of those Dutch players firing on all cylinders. I think Liverpool are going to be better than we think.
It's an interesting, choice of manager, I must admit, because obviously, I think most people have looked at him and think, well, he's not exactly won anything, has he really? I think he's only won an award himself, not kind of.
I thought he won with Feyenoord or Ajax a few years ago. I thought somebody.
Oh yeah, there's that. Sorry, and that one as well. But other than that, there's not much of a history behind him.
Well, but he comes from that Dutch school, old school Dutch football, 4-3-3 formation. I just think that they're going to be good. I mean, he might bring in some different tactics that Klopp did, but they're still going to be pushing for top four. We got to be realistic. That he's going to have them well drilled, I think.
Well, they have, but all the Dutch managers that come over here, they haven't really done that great. Obviously, Ten Hag being one of them. Remember when Van Gaal was the manager of Man United? He won him the FA Cup, and the week after that, he was sacked.
Right, but that's nice. I mean, I would have taken Van Gaal after Arsene Wenger. I mean, he's further down the list, but that's why I think I always wanted an old head professor of the game. I wanted a professor to follow the professor. Essentially, I didn't. Unai Emery I thought was the perfect one, but I don't want to get into that. But I just think that Arne Slot brings a little something different to Liverpool. I'm sure it's going to take him a season to get really bedded in, but I think that just shows their intent with Gakpo and Gravenberch, right? There's two dynamic players that are highly rated. So I think if he can get the best out of them, I mean, that you're looking at the spine, right? The span of Van Dijk, possibly Gravenberch and Gakpo up front will be formidable.
Yeah. Sorry, just going back onto London Stadium here. As it says, top half of the London Stadium is temporary. Cost a fortune to develop, and it's the fans who will pay one way or another. Started already with scrapping one of the new concessions. Yeah, I heard about that as well. As always, got a question for you, Jez. Who was your favourite Arsenal player in '91?
Ooh, crikey, that's a good question. It would have to be 91. It would have to be Rocky Rocastle or the new signing Anders Limpar.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Rocky would have edged it for me, but Anders Limpar, he was a good player. And then obviously we saw him to Everton, didn't we, Jez? So, yeah, he was a good player. I do like Anders Limpar. That's actually, that's your Terry's favourite player, wasn't it, Anders Limpar? So, but yeah, for me, it was Rocky Rocastle. Definitely Rocky Rocastle. I just loved the way as soon as he got the ball, he was gone. Gone with it. The skill he had in that midfield, Rocky, was next to none.
He was a proper player, was he, David Rocastle?
Yeah, he was.
There's so many good players. You had Adams, O'Leary, Whitburn. Yeah, I mean, but for me, it has to be Limpar or David Rocastle.
Yeah.
Where was Limpar from? He was from Denmark or Sweden?
Sweden, Anders Limpar. Yeah.
What was his nickname?
Ian James.
It was called. He had a nickname, something Swede. Can't remember now what it was. Can't remember. He had a nickname, something Swede. Probably Swede head. Oh, I don't know.
Swede head. Oh.
Was it 93 the last time Arsenal won the League Cup?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dear me.
That was when Steve Morrow broke his arm, wasn't it, Jez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Tony Adams lifted up thingy bomb, wasn't it? Dropped him. Broke his shoulder.
Yeah, lifted him up. Steve Morrow, and he fell off and broke his
broke. Yeah, I remember that one.
So that used to be the joke that used to go round, wasn't it? They say, "Oh, how did how did Steve Morrow break his arm? He goes, and the rumours was they said because they used to call Tony Adams his nickname from other like fans and that, the neutral fans, whatever. They used to call him a donkey in defence, didn't they?
Yeah,
That's what they used to call him.
Yeah.
So that was the joke. That was how he fell off that and broke his arm.
Yeah.
Who saw this today? Jose Mourinho's speech.
No, I heard about it. I didn't hear it. No, but Fenerbahce, isn't it?
Yeah, he's already, his skin. It was all part of him, and yeah.
Is that he's talking about him going to Fenerbahce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it.
It's a big picture.
Big up, Tony. Yeah, I know I'm a bit behind on the chat stream at the moment. Catching up on that. Yeah, James, you're still in there, and still going to talk about West Ham as well, kind of thing, because obviously I want your insight on some of the signings we're apparently going for. Adam's saying he wants a UCL and Premier double. I need to see that level of ambition. We'll know before the season starts with the signings or lack of signings made.
It's true.
What's this? Arsenal, is it? For Champions League? Yeah, forget it. Because we haven't got the stat. Do you know what? When it comes to Champions League, when it comes to Europe, we ain't no good. We ain't no good in it. The only time that we played good in Europe was when we beat Parma 1-0. Smudgy got the goal. That was that was a bad team then. But now in the Champions League, I think forget it. We'll reach the quarterfinals, maybe again, but maybe stroke semis. But we haven't got the. I think it's the mentality with Arsenal. We haven't got that. We can't go to that next step. I mean, we're struggling to win a Premier League at the minute, but for next season, if I'm honest, I'll say it now. I want 2 trophies next season. I want the Premier League, and I want the FA Cup. That is what I want for Arsenal next season.
Yeah, there's just so many better teams in the CL. As much as I'd love to lift the trophy with the big years, there's no way. There's no way we'd be getting through teams like Inter or Bayern Munich. And I think we'd have trouble with Dortmund, Madrid. I mean, Girona's in it next year. Man City next year. And Man City, let's not forget they're bringing Salvio back from Girona, whatever the hell you pronounce it. Girona. So he is a top midfielder. He's going to replace Jack Grealish on the left. So we would have to beat the likes of teams that are far better than us. And we don't have the bench. It takes more than the 11 players. That's, I've been saying this to other fans, is that it takes 15, 16, 17 actual players to be able to compete in that competition and keep that level. That's where I think that we should enhance the first 11, but we've got a lot of dead wood to sell off, and we've got a lot of backfill to do with better quality. Because the first 11 cannot compete in 60-plus games this season. It just won't. Soccer won't be able to do that. It's going to be, and by the way, we had the best injury-free season we did last season, right? Let's not forget that, guys. We barely had any injuries last season. So if we did an injury, let's say to Ben White, Saliba, Gabrielle, it's all just down the shitter as far as I'm concerned, because we saw it with the season before with Saliba, when we missed him. I just think that a lot of fans who think we're going to finish second, we're going to have a rude awakening. But I hope I'm wrong at the same time.
Interesting. Have you heard from King Mikel Terence lately? Yeah, he's still Arteta in Joanne, and that part hasn't changed at all. He's still them there.
Tony, I got to get running. I got to jump on my show here with TJ.
Cheers, Dale. Thanks for being in there. And I'd like to shake before you go, mate. As always, shake yourself out, please, sir.
Oregon Goon on YouTube, infamous _Dal on Instagram. I'm on with Jez quite a bit, with Anthony, sometimes with Fuzz if I have to, but also the American Idiots show with TJ Ward and CMO Sports, and every Friday at 9 p.m. UK time. Thanks for having me on, guys.
No, you're welcome, mate.
Congratulations on your stuff. I hope you enjoy it. I know you do. Thanks for not putting the banner up today, Fuzz. Appreciate that as well.
I'm waiting for you to go. I'll put the
Okay.
banner up after you've gone.
All right. Big up, everybody. Take care.
I'll sit down.
See you
Cheers,
guys.
man. Take
No,
care.
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Last thing he sees before he goes to the banner.
Did you guys hear about wearing knockoff shirts for the Euros? Apparently, the Germans are red hot on copies, and people will face massive fines if caught wearing one.
Mm.
Oh,
Mm.
I'll tell you what, it's a bit like fire stick police. They will find you and they will arrest you.
Yeah.
Is
I didn't really care if it looks decent. But the trouble is that you think of it, there's people that goes out there and work, and once you've paid all your bills and everything like that, if you can't afford £100 on a shirt, then by all means, if you go somewhere else and you get it cheaper, fucking
Yeah.
wear it.
oh, exactly.
Wear it. Yeah.
Big up, Yeti. Hope you're keeping well, mate.
Yeah,
Big
yay.
up, Yeti.
Big up, yeah.
Catching up with these chats. Yeah, I mean, obviously, going by West Ham standards at the moment, it seems like Lopetegui's already kind of putting his mark on the club. He's having a few meetings, and they've already earmarked a key position. So strikers, obviously, in winger, defenders. Apparently, this Fabrizio Bruno one, I don't know if it's on, off, because apparently there was a stumbling block, but he looks a mean old bastard. I don't know if you've seen the picture of him. It's Fabrizio
yeah,
Bruno.
He looks like a hitman. He looks.
Yeah, we don't. I think I don't know if it's the player wants more money. I think that's what's kind of held up a little bit, but hopefully, it will get itself over the line.
Because he hasn't had many caps for Brazil, has he? Is it
Nah.
about 10 caps for Brazil?
8 or something like that. Yeah, it's not much, but
No.
it seems, going by what we were saying earlier about all the rumours and that, like West Ham's raiding the Brazil bin, because I think there's 3 players we're looking from, it's coming from Brazil.
Yeah.
This Luis Gomes or whatever, apparently that's near enough a done deal. But again, Bayern, if the talk's true, they're looking to kind of stamp their mark, and apparently they've been looking at the kids since January. So we've got to wrap our money or do something, or it could be the fact of agents. Can we bump the money up? So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, with the player, if these deals do come off, then I'll ask you guys in the panel in the chat, if we buy the right players, where do you think West Ham will finish up for next season?
I think around about 7th,
8th.
somewhere like there, around about there. Is a respectable for a first season.
Yeah.
I'll go about 6, to be honest.
Yeah, I think because the one thing we talked about last week was, can he better what Moyes did? I think he can. I think we do all right with if he gets the right players. So 6th to 8th, that's the kind of worst case I'm looking at. If it's 10th, would it be classed as going backwards?
Well, it can be, but you've got a new manager, so wherever it is you're going to finish next season, you've obviously got to take that next step the following season. So every season is a progression. Not like us. I mean, obviously you've won. You won a European trophy. Our manager has been here 5 years in November, and he's won one FA Cup, which obviously wasn't his team, Unai Emery's team, and we can't seem to win anything after that. Look, so it's like what I said. There are good managers around. So but trouble is though, with your manager, he didn't really kick it off at Wolves, did he? And obviously he left. So it might be a good appointment, sort of thing, or it might not be. I don't know, but listen, only time will tell, and it depends on what players you're getting, because you're still short, aren't you? You need a striker, you need someone out there on the left, and another defender maybe. But
I think with the Wolves situation, apparently he started making inroads there. But as we said, this so-called money about, there was no money at all, but yet O'Neill managed to do all right. Big up Cole. He's had to go later as Dale, you sexy fucker. Cheers, Dale. Good old friends in here again, look. Jesus Christ.
I just want to know, who is it that does all this? Who is it? 'Cause,
I've got an idea who it is. I've got an idea who it is.
you got an idea. All right. So I got 2 different ones now.
There's about 3 of them.
I've
Like
got
3
my
of
own
them,
one,
is there?
the Unholy Parting account as well.
He's got about 3. I'm pretty certain I know who it is. It's all good fun. It's all good fun.
Mm.
Oh yeah, he's all good fun. I just intrigued to know who it is, but
See, Steve's saying here for West Ham, transition season, top half finish, but challenging for Europe position, hopefully. And that's what we're going to hope for.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, not sure. 10th to 15th from Aces always says well about West Ham. How do you guys feel? Obviously, now you're not going to have the Community Shield before the season kicks off.
it don't bother me, team. Doesn't bother me at all. It's not a trophy. It's a dinner plate, and piss off us, and that's it. I tell you what, if any team relies on winning that trophy, then I'm sorry, your team's in trouble. If you want to rely on the Community Shield, that's all I got to say on that.
Don't agree. Agree. So to me, it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's a charity cup, and it used to be called the Charity Shield, didn't it? To me, it means absolutely nothing. Great, it might earn a few millions, 10 millions, I don't know, for the various charities that are supported or whatever. How much of that money actually gets to the charities, I'd like to know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm not bothered about it at all. To be fair, but it's the cup now. That prick Duad, right? The guy with the two stone teeth. Yeah, it's a super cup. Dear God, man, what's wrong?
This says it all, doesn't it? This says it all. Wow. One for you there, Fuzzy. Apparently, Palace are trying to sign Kamada from Lazio. Does that mean Eze is off to Man United?
Well, they're probably buying another player to have as depth in advance in case Eze does leave, which I'm sure somewhere's going to end up signing him. I think Elise is going to be off like very, very early doors in the summer. Eze, I think, is going to take a little bit more time for clubs to decide to go for him, because I think there's if you're talking attacking mids, probably might look at players like Kudus first from West Ham, and then they'll resort to then going to someone like an Eze. So I think an Eze deal will probably be sort of midway to end of the summer, I think. I think he'll be lower down on people's choices.
Be interesting.
I like the other one at Arsenal though. I reckon he'd be a good player, good match for Arsenal. But I mean, he's obviously that top teams are going to come in for him. It's just a matter of time whether he's going to stay there. If he does stay there and they could build a team around these players at Palace, then fair play to them. But I would like him at Arsenal. Play him out wide right, and obviously Saka and him can have some competition there. So that'd be ideal for us. Because that in all fairness, he's a baller. That one, he is a baller.
Yeah, he's a good player. He is a good player.
Yeah.
I think absolutely. Well, fit in at any club really. But as you said, it's who's going to pay the right money and where's he going to go. I mean, obviously, usually there are 2 bets next season. Southampton to finish bottom and slot sacked before Christmas. Be good to know the odds on them.
Yeah.
It would be
Yeah.
It would be nice. I will be. I'll be there if Slot gets sacked at Christmas. If Slot lasts less time, if Ten Hag keeps his job across the summer, and Ten Hag outlasts Slot, I will be. Well, I mean, maybe I shouldn't be laughing my ass off, but I'll still be laughing my ass off anyway.
Oi, Hammer Lois, how we doing? Happy Emirate? Good to see you on here.
Because
Happy are we?
And the unhappy one as well.
And the honey. Don't say.
Well, I can't believe that Southampton wants to go back in for Danny Ings, think they?
And possibly Flynn Downs as well, because he's been on loan there for the season, so they're looking, possibly him as well. But yeah, Ings. I mean, look, if they're going to pay money for him, then let's make sure that we, get the good money for him. Regardless of what it is, it still be one off the books.
Yeah, but he's championship material, mate, if you ask me to. Danny Ings, he's gone past it. I mean, if he was that good, he'd be playing more games for you. So, do you know what I mean? Says it all,
Cheers,
really.
Adam and me, no, it's true. Absolutely. But yeah, look, we know obviously Moyes, that's how it went, isn't it? We've got here. So, Tony, can I just say the support I've been shown from the community and the real YouTubers I follow? A massive thank you for the support I've received since I've been in hospital 10 days. I can't. Yeah, of course, mate. You know that. We all look after each other at the end of the day. Yeah. Oh dear me. Yeah. She's seen the funny side of it. Who's that? Yeah, we all get them. Where's yours tractor? We ain't seen the tractor one yet, have we? Or the great partner of the hairlines, my eyebrows.
Yeah.
They're not been in yet.
No, they haven't been in on yet. Now you mention it, they're fucking come in.
I'm miserable, so don't mind me. Yeah, no. There's a couple of questions that are going to come from Ravi, actually. I'm just going to ask you guys, where is it now? Bear with me. So one of the questions he asked was, for you guys, is the League and Champions League as exciting as it used to be?
No.
No.
You were talking about this other day, Jez, weren't you? I mean, the shine's been taken off of this completely now these days.
Mm. Yeah, it's not what it was, in my opinion. I just think the whole game's been ruined to a point. There's just too much money involved. Players are paid stupid amounts of money. Okay, I'm old. Yeah, I'm older than all of you guys. But to me, when you had the players that we used to have at Arsenal, they played for the club. Right? I mean, Tony Adams once did a statement that when he was going to renew his contract, he said, "I don't care how much you want to give me, I'm signing anyway."
Yeah,
that's the difference, isn't it? Yeah,
he loved Arsenal Football Club, and that's it. You know. So you could have David Dean could have probably turned around and said, "Well, we're actually not giving you the money you earned last year. We're reducing it." He'd have pretty gone, "All right, fucking, I don't care. I want to play."
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know what Brian Clough used to do years ago? He used to give his players a contract in front of them, and they'd sign the contract, but the contract was blank. So in Clough's mind, you think, right, you're this player, you're capable of this. Here's your wages, and that was what he used to do. He used to fill out the wages that he thought that the player was worth, and then he'd go and tell them, and then he'd give it to the the owner and say, right, that's his contract, that's his wages, this is how much we're going to pay him. And Mark Frosley did it on YouTube. I watched a video on YouTube, and he said that's what we did to him. He signed a blank contract, and then after he said he looked at his wages, right, and then I think it was a day after. I think Forest played Liverpool, and he beat Liverpool 2-1. And he said, "You come to my house tomorrow morning." I went, "What?" He said, "Come to my house tomorrow morning." So he turns up at Clough's house, and he said, "Thanks for agreeing to play in my brother's football team. They haven't got a keeper, and I thought you do, right?" And he said he was in there. He said it was the old-fashioned pitches where there was broken glass, dog shit everywhere. He said unbelievable. And anyway, for him paying for that team was fined £50, and Cloughie paid that £50 out across his wages. He's like, you bastard.
But he was a proper manager, man.
Oh yeah, he was one of the best. Do you know? I think he up there with Sir Bobby Robson.
All day long.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
mean, the classic
Yeah.
one. The Yeti told me this, right? And he knows Forest inside and out, and he
Yeah.
does that thing on his show, right? And he goes about Brian Clough, words to this effect, basically. Well, I told them they were wrong. We talked about it for 20 minutes, and then they all agreed that I was right. You know, that was the man. That was the mentality. There's some players behind your head there, Tone.
Yeah.
Proper players there, bro. Jeff Hurst, Bobby
My
Moore,
one's better.
Martin Peters. Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah. England. But yeah, he was one of the best. Yes, he was the one. There's so many stories about him. You know, is unreal, absolutely unreal. He was actually chatting to one of his players in the office, and he said the chairman came down, and Sean Dyche he actually told this story because Sean Dyche was a young player at Forest at the time, and he said the chairman opened the door. He said Cloughie looked up to him and he went, "Fuck off, Mr. Chairman." And he went like that. He said, "I'll see you in a minute." And he said, and the chairman literally turned round and fucked off. He said that was the power he had at the club.
Right.
That's the proper manager, as you said, isn't it? That's what they have there. Just going to have some comments there. Happy, I'm so hoping Zuma finds a new home. Apparently, he's one of the players that's going to be offloading, and apparently a Gerd as well. So that'd be quite interesting.
Yeah.
To the Donkey Sanctuary? No, actually not. Anywhere but Stratford, though. But saw this one as well from Aces saying that Jack Grealish has been offered to Arsenal.
I haven't read that. No, but I have read that Jack Grealish, Chelsea have put a bid in for him for 65 million. That's what I read. I read that going back at what was that, a couple of weeks ago? So they're open to offload a couple of players and bringing a few top quality players themselves at Man City. So I'm just going on what I've been reading. That's all.
I've not heard that, I'm afraid, but interesting.
The school chewing slot. So I retract it. Yeah. Is that you, Tim, in the picture?
That's you, mate. You could be
Yeah,
me,
I knew
actually. Yeah, that tractor's one's a fake. Get him out of here. Ooh-ah. Yeah. New Champions League and Europa League and Conference League next season. League concept going to be interesting. Yeah, we're going to fit all these bloody games in. Yeah, he's saying, "Pray for me, guys. I've just banged my elbow. Fucking funny bone my ass." Yeah, I know.
Was it funny?
Fucking prick.
Another question from Ravi as well. He asked, "Are Real Madrid building the next new Galacticos with who they're buying?" I mean, obviously, as we alluded to earlier, it seems that they're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Without a fully fledged squad, they've gone into this season and won the Champions League and the La Liga. I did without an out-and-out striker. Just bossed the whole of the game. Everything. Now, add Mbappe.
Well, they didn't boss that game. If anything, it was Borussia Dortmund. They dominated that first. I reckon Borussia Dortmund dominated most probably the first hour. And then when Real Madrid scored that goal, that was it. They just stopped playing, didn't they?
They collapsed, didn't they? They collapsed.
Yeah.
I agree on that, hadn't they? Yeah, I do agree on that. Another question from Abby as well, which was, are you convinced your clubs will have a decent summer window? Well, apparently we're reportedly going to have anywhere in the region of 80 to 100 120 million, I think, to spend on players. I mean, what's Man United's anything fees been banded around there, Fuzzy? What he's got to spend? That's if he's still going to be the manager, obviously.
Mm. Well, there's some reports that are floating around there saying, "Oh, he's only got like 30 million to spend." No, he's got a lot more than that. At least 100 mil. Then you'll have the sales on top of that, dependence on how it is United sale. And if what they say about the outgoings is to be true, then I think another 100 to 150 million in sales should be doable. But as for who comes in, I think the important thing is that we don't pay stupid money for non-worthy quality. I mean, for example, Cunha from Wolves. I'm seeing stories saying, "Oh, his 60k wage. Oh, Sergio Ratcliffe's ready to double that wage." Shut up! No, he's not, because that goes against the entire makeup of what Ineos were there to do in the first place, which was slim down the contracts. So why we're immediately going into the realms of just doubling it all? So it's just trying to play games of Monopoly with Ineos, and it's not true. So as to what actually happens, I've yet to see. But I'm just waiting in hope that they start well, they mean well, and it continues on an upward trend throughout the summer.
Exactly.
Tell you what, something wrong with that,
Yeah, but Happy Emirates come back with a great one though. Why would you be naked in nettles? Each to the road, I suppose.
Stung on the bollock. What the hell?
proper weirdo, man. Proper weirdo.
Why are you wading naked through nettles again? 80's greatest manager nobody ever talks about is Howard Kendall.
Yeah, Everton.
Yeah, Everton.
Yeah,
Proper manager.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, good comment there, Eddie, for CFAX. Thanks for that. Yeah, very much so.
Well, they took Liverpool down, didn't they?
Yes.
You know, so in Liverpool, it was Liverpool, Everton, Liverpool, challenging each year. Yeah, great manager.
Ian Bill.
Yeah, I can remember. What was his name?
Howard Kendall.
Howard Kendall. Yeah, but the striker they had, was it Sharp? Graham. Yeah, Graham Sharp. He wasn't a bad player, was he? Bad striker. He played for Everton, Chelsea. Did he play for us at one time?
Don't think so.
No.
Not sure about that. Don't know.
We have to take odds on who's winning this nettle battle. I think Cole's just probably taking the lead with this one.
Yeah.
Have you ever had nettle tea?
Yes.
Did
Yeah,
you like
twice
it?
before.
It's not bad, actually. It's not
It's
bad
all
at all, Jess.
It's all
It's
right,
all right, yeah.
It's a funny colour. It's a bit funny. Yeah, I did have that once. I was like, I'm not sure about this, but it was all right. I can't deny it.
Full of antioxidants, as they say.
Apparently, nettles, right? Nettles, so I'm told, not that I suffer, but if you suffer from bad dandruff, it's a herbal remedy for dandruff. You put it in boiling water, mash it up, and scrub it in your hair, and it's really good for dandruff. So if you're suffering from dandruff, anybody, give it a go. Cheap way apparently of curing it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Tom gets bad dandruff. Thank you, Tom.
Julian Benjamin should have played with a mask on. Yeah. Happy Emirates asking, how much did Arsenal bid for Sesko?
65 million at the moment, apparently.
65, wow.
Ain't worth it.
It looks like it would probably get accepted as well. Apparently, he really wants to join Arsenal, right? Yeah. because he's a boyhood fan of Arsenal. They all say that.
They all say, yeah.
Didn't
Yeah.
Alexis Sanchez go on a
Player says that.
did Alexis Sanchez go on a tear at every single club he ever moved to? It's like, I've loved this club since I was a child.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off. You love this club,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all bollocks at the end of the day. Yeah, so all they're interested, mate, is in that.
Of course,
Right.
mate. I mean, the classic one for me in that is remember when you saw what's his name, Adi Bayor, and that kissing the badge and all that kind of stuff, and that signing the deal for £110,000 a week. Then a week later, and then he went and signed for Man City.
And he ran down to the Arsenal fans, didn't he, when he scored against us?
Run the length of the back
Rubbing it in our faces. Yeah. But the one that surprised me too was when we signed Dennis Bergkamp. Not a lot of people know this. Bergkamp, he actually supports Tottenham.
Wow.
Yeah, it's true.
Did you see also that old Rashford? He crashed that Rolls Royce Wraith, 750,000. A bloke bought it at auction, right? He's rebuilt it at the cost of something like £350,000, right? And because it was literally a one-off, yeah. Rashford now wants to buy it back off him. Right, and he offered him 500 grand for it, and the bloke said, "Fuck off, mate! I've just spent 350 grand."
Yeah, exactly. What cut price? Jesus.
Yeah, you're taking the piss. With your money, you could go get another one.
Of course you could. I mean, did you see a picture of it when in its wrecked state, Jez? It was
Yeah.
an absolute mess.
I watched the guy on YouTube. I've watched his channel rebuilding it.
Wow.
Because at one point, he actually even put it to Rolls Royce, didn't he, down in Chips, and got him to sort out what he couldn't do. So that cost him an arm and a leg.
Jesus.
Right? Now rebuilt it because it's got that totally unique interior. Right, it's the only one in the world with that interior. Right, so this guy's bought it, rebuilt it, and it looks stunning. An old thingy bob says, "Oh, I'll buy it off you for 500 grand." And he said, "Fuck off, man." Take the piss. He paid like 200 grand at auction for it.
Wow.
As a write-off. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. You got to have some money to do that and then spend 350 building it.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Evening, James. How we doing, mate?
How's it going, gentlemen? Tony, how you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. James, this obviously you've got Jez, so there's in the centre. You've got Anthony, and you've got Fuzzy as well.
Yeah.
And this is James. Yeah.
No worries, man. No worries. Oh, Arsenal fans, I take it, yeah. So.
No, one Man United fan.
I'm a United fan. That's all right.
Yeah. So yeah, we're not alone, mate. We're not alone.
Well, what was gentlemen? What was
Well, just going to go on this question that Vincenzo asked earlier was, the Eze to Crystal Palace, would it be a good buy for Arsenal?
All day. I'd rather Elise. Elise, I think, is absolute quality. Personally. I'd take him with a heartbeat. Seriously, that guy is good. And I don't think it would be massive money. I reckon you'd get him for like 45, 50 million, obviously. But I think that guy's class. Absolute class.
Interesting comment here. De Zerbi to Man United, Rashford to Arsenal. Watch this space.
No, thank you.
No. There is no way that I would drop Trossard for Rashford. No way. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, well, that's going to be an interesting one. I mean, James, obviously, just going to come to you, mate. The latest rumours of what we're supposed to be buying, not buying. French, you got Fabrizio Bruno.
Yeah.
Luis Guimaraes. What's your view on it, mate?
I'm quite concerned, mate, if I'm being honest, because with the Paqueta situation, with no Paqueta sale, are West Ham going to be looking to sell someone? And is that someone Mohamed Kudus? Now, if it is, I am going to be a bit pissed off by it. But I'm going to be real. Yeah, he's 18 or 19, however old he is, £30 million. I think it's a risk, but got to trust the process, ain't you? As we all know. So, like the Bruno 1, 28, it hasn't worked out. Well, we didn't get that one over the line. But, um, we will see. But I don't know why we're shopping in Brazil all of a sudden. Like, is it because they're cheap or what?
I just said this to the guys that, 3 players, apparently we're heading to Brazil for some reason.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and the thing is, we're not like Arsenal or Man United or Chelsea and all that. We ain't got time to let these players bed into the club and give them time and all that. If we're signing people for £30 million, we need to hit the ground running now, not later.
No,
Like
it's true.
we can't wait. So I'm all for bringing in younger players, but this one I'm a bit on the fence with at the minute. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, agree on that. So we've just been talking. I don't know if you saw it earlier on. We've been talking about nettle tea, and Steve's come up with a great one here. But nettle tea from M&S, really expensive. Stung me for a £5. Fuck yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Make it yourself. Go over the fields, cut a load of nettles off, stick it in boiling water, mash it about a bit, strain it. It's just job done. That's all it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Have you tried it, James? Nettle tea?
Nah, mate. I'm more of a coffee person myself. Lots of it. Yeah, give me plenty of coffee. That'd do me. That sort me right out. But it is what it is. The thing is, right? I don't know. When I look at like players who could potentially go, like I remember people saying about Eze and all that. I think Crystal Palace are going to be a little dark horse next year, mate, to try and push up in that. Like, especially with Glasner in charge, I think he knows what he's doing. And there's not a lot of expectation on Palace. And they finished 10th from where they were before he come in. Because Hodgson literally had them going down at one stage.
Yeah.
Like to finish 10th for them is like really good. So yeah, they're going to be a dark horse next year, mate. If Glasner gets his way.
It's true, because obviously if they back him with money, and it's Glasner and that, I agree with you. Could be a dark horse, but like even could be a 5-minute wonder. Just for instance, like Maresco going to Chelsea.
Yeah,
we did with Leicester.
It's the manager merry-go-round is ridiculous to a point. Like it really is, because like don't get me wrong. With Moyes, for instance, like with Lopetegui, the jury's out with a lot of fans. I think a lot of fans just wanted Moyes out the door, but they're going to see what happens this season with West Ham. Because if West Ham start going backwards fast, then people will be saying that actually Moyes actually done a really good job. Like some people were on the fence with him and saying that he done a good job, but we could do a bit better. And the same with other clubs at the minute, like Leicester. If they go for Moyes, then he'd definitely keep him in the league. I know that.
Yeah. No, it's going to be interesting to see what's going on there. I mean, we were saying earlier, and how similar they're like both clubs, Arsenal and us, both moving to new stadiums, both kind of been sold down the river. The ambition we've got, what we're going to do with the clubs, and yet Arsenal can't get over the line on that. We managed to get something, and now we're the jury's out, as you said, mate. You asked the question earlier on. Where do you think West Ham's going to finish in your eyes?
I'm concerned. I'm not going to lie. I really am. Because we've got to do a major rebuild this summer. Now, it either goes one or two ways. If it goes the right way, we end up finishing where we finished last season. If it goes the wrong way, we're fighting relegation, mate. And that's not being over the top. That's me putting it out there saying, right, you bring in 6, 7 players. All of them players have got to hit the ground running straight away. And if they don't, then West Ham are fighting uphill rather than being at a steady platform. Listen, we've got Jared Bowen on our side who he will score goals for us. That's a given. Yeah, but we can't just rely on him. And yeah, I am concerned, mate. I'm concerned. I understand what people are saying about the owners and everything else, Arsenal and all that. But the thing is, with Arsenal, with West Ham, is Arsenal never got the fear of going down. West Ham always have. West Ham always got that fear. Like West Ham could collapse like that, and if we do, we've all seen it over the years where West Ham one season very, very good, second season, bosh, straight down, and then we're fighting to stay up. And this Premier League that's coming up is going to be an hard one because you've got Southampton in there, you've got Leicester in there, Ipswich won't be no mugs. Under McKenna, I think McKenna will sort them out and make sure that they stay in the league. And with the other teams in there, we've got to be on the ball. It all depends on signings as well. But I am a little bit concerned, mate, when you're going out and bagging £30 million 18-year-old Brazilians. yeah, it don't really bode well for me when we need centre halves at this club, we need a centre forward at this club, and we're going for an 18-year-old teenager. So yeah.
No, that's a fair comment. I mean, like, we were just saying about Arsenal going for this Sesko. And 60, is it 65 million, Jez?
Mm.
I mean, do you know much about the player yourself, James?
Who did he play for? Oh, I know you're about. Yeah, I know you're about. Is he? He's not Slovakian, is he? Is he Slovakian or Slovenian?
Yeah,
or...
yeah.
Yeah, he's centre forward. Yeah, he's decent. He's decent. Yeah, he's very extremely good. He's been touted around Europe for a good few years. I don't know why he hasn't made the move yet. Now, if Arsenal do go and get him, that's the missing piece to Arsenal, I think. If I'm being honest, like last season, they was a centre forward away, I believe, from winning the league. Like they needed someone who was consistently going to score on goal all the time. And when you're relying on Eddie Nketiah and Jesus and people like that, it just ain't consistent enough. Like from the outside looking in. Now, if they're going to get a centre forward who's going to score on 15, 20 goals, that should get them over the line. But they're up against the powerhouse team, mate. Like Man City are a team that just know how to win. They've done it for the last 4 times, and they reel off win. And one draw can stop you from winning the league, which is mad. So but I think they get the centre forward in. I think it's a good signing. Very good player, decent, yeah.
So, to Anthony and Jez, that make you feel a bit more reassured hearing that?
Yeah, I mean, I've already seen clips of him, right? And I saw Matty Southern Gooners sent me a clip of him from last season, and he scored some banging goals, right? He certainly did. But the question is, it's always the question, isn't it? Why can't we? This guy's 22 years of age, right? I still question why can't Arsenal go and get a seasoned player like 27, 28-year-old player that actually is proven it. We don't know this guy is going to make it in the Premier League. We seem to do this time in, time out, right? It's a lot of dollar,
Yeah, right.
5 mil, plus all the other add-ons, So from what I've seen, I'm not going to sit here and gas it up and say, "Oh, this guy's amazing," because I don't know. Never seen him.
Yeah.
But if he's got the potential there, fair enough. Obviously, we've got to throw in Kessia in the bin. He's crap, right? He's done his time. It proved it with Arteta. He wasn't playing him for the last 10, 15 games. Never got on the park. So at the end of the day, that says to me, fella, you've done. Go. Right? Yeah. When he was on loan at Leeds, couldn't get in the team. Right? And that was when they were in the Championship. So not he needs to go out the door. And if we do buy this Sesko, okay, great. I wish him all the very best. Because any player, I've always said, any player that turns up on match day, is on that park, I'll support them. Right? Let's put it right. Yeah. Let's put it right. Arsenal, Anthony. Right. I did actually say when we bought Havertz, there's a player in there somewhere. Right.
Yeah. We both said it, Jez.
And eventually he turned up. And I hope he kicks on even more next season.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't ripped up trees this season, but he's done all right. 15 goals, I think it was he scored.
14 goals and 7 assists in 36 games. So 36 games, 14 goals and 7 assists. That's his record.
Yeah, fair. Oh, okay. So he had a bloody slow start. He was pretty shit. Let's be fair. He's not good in midfield. He's not. Now, my question is this, Tony and guys, right? If we bring in this Sesko, right, as an out striker, does that mean then, right, that Havertz will go back in the midfield? So rumours are that Partey's going out the door, which I think is a massive mistake, because when he came back in from injury, I thought him and Rice were brilliant together, personally.
Yeah.
So that is a concern to me, because if you're going to bring this Sesko in, right, unless Arteta does his normal trickery and starts him at right back, like he likes to do, or out on the right wing, like he likes to do, mix it up, stupidity, absolute craziness, like we did at the start of last season. Started with Partey at right back. Why? Absolutely nonsensical. That's my worry, boys. That's my worry.
He's a good player. He's a good player, this geezer, man. Well, when you was mentioning his name, I was thinking, who you on about? And then I think someone in the chat said he plays in. Who's he play for now? Is it Leipzig or someone like that?
Yeah, Leipzig.
Yeah.
He plays for Leipzig. He's a good player. Trust me. And if Arteta puts him at right back, right wing, left wing, or central midfield, then he should be sacked on the spot. So, if he comes in, Arsenal will be up there competing. At the minute, you've got to look at Manchester City. They are a machine, and they've got the best manager on. They've got the best manager on the planet. Like, and the thing is that Liverpool have been there with the best team that they've ever had for many years. And they pushed City all the way, and they got done at the end, and Arsenal got done at the end. But the thing is that getting a proven player or getting a young player, it's whether they're good enough, mate. Like, because you can go and get a proven player. We know that with West Ham, we're going to get proven Premier League players, and they flop. So do you go and get someone who no one knows and give him time to sort of interact into the side and then become the player that he can be? So I think he's a good striker, man. Because you was linked with, who was it? The Juventus striker. Can't think of his name. Plays for Serbia. Centre forward. But he was up there, Arsenal need a centre forward, vocal point centre forward, with Man City have, and if they can get that sorted out, then Havertz can play wherever he likes, really. Do you know what I mean? So, you won't need it because the centre forward will do the damage for Arsenal.
Well, I hope so. I mean, it looks pretty certain that the deal's on. The guy wants to come to Arsenal. He said he wants to join Arsenal. So if Arsenal come up with the money, then he'll be joining Arsenal. And okay, I look forward to it. We need an out-and-out striker. I've been saying it now for 4 years. Once we got rid of Aubameyang, we didn't have him. We didn't have that player. Lacazette, or lack of threat, as I used to call him, just wasn't the levels. He had out the door, right? So okay, if this guy's is going to come in and kick it on, good luck, fair play. I'll be very happy about it.
The thing is with Arsenal next season is, for me as an outsider, they have to win the league. If they don't, then Arteta will be hung out to dry. I speak to a lot of Arsenal fans on obviously social media on E20, and I know a lot of Arsenal fans because I used to live in North London, and they say the same thing: is that we're there. We just need is it the manager now? We've got the team, but is it the manager that's holding us back, or is it individual players? Now, next season we'll prove it, because he's going to get another transfer window, and they've got to win something next season. In the Premier League, it's either got to be Premier League or Champions League, one of the two. So he's got to win something, and if he don't, then I think I don't think he lasts. I don't think Arsenal can give him another year if he don't get it next year. So
especially, mate, with the fact that they're offering him a pay rise, a new contract, big money, silly money, and he's won nothing. He hasn't won anything. I mean, people tell me, on my channel, oh, but he won the FA Cup. Yeah, it wasn't his team, right? When he joined, Arsenal were in the quarterfinals. Yeah, and we got lucky that day when Sheffield United had 2 goals disallowed by VAR, right? And then we beat a very poor on the day Man City, and we got lucky against Chelsea when they lost one of their best players due to hamstring injury. So, and that, Aubameyang, hey, hello, Aubameyang won the cup, and what happened to him? I don't know. This is where it is, mate. With Arteta, personally, I don't want him I've never wanted him as a manager. I didn't want him as a player. He was bang average, panicked by Wenger from Everton. Literally quarter to 11 on transfer deadline day in January. Because Arsenal were panicking. Well, Wenger was panicking because we were at the time in 6th spot, and that was not allowed under him because 4th was a trophy. Bollocks, not having it. So they've got to step up, man. And if this guy comes in and he proves he can score 20 goals a season, good luck, well done, brilliant. Arteta, to me, man, he's got to win something big next season. League, FA Cup. I don't think we're ready for the Champions League. I honestly will say that to you right here now.
Yeah.
So it's got to be.
I don't think an FA Cup saves him, mate, if I'm honest. If you want me to be real, like from that, so I might be completely wrong, but I don't even think an FA Cup saves him. Because I think Arsenal now, they've got to that level of being competing with Manchester City. They just need to get above that level now.
Very
And
good.
I don't think Arsenal can go out next season, finish 2nd or 3rd, and win an FA Cup and that'll save his job. Because people just look at it and say, well, you're gone back to the FA Cup team that you was under Wenger. You know what I'm saying? Now, I could be completely wrong, but it's an hard one. When you're up against Manchester City, and it's going to be Pep's final season by the looks of it, he ain't going to want to go out on a whimper. So you could be up against another machine again that is just going to keep going win. And that was Manchester City this season. Let's have it right. They just done the treble last season. Everyone thought that was going to drop off. And they didn't really. They like this, especially in 2024, they've been ruthless, like going through teams. And I think with Arsenal next season, they have to win the big games, and i.e., going to City and winning rather than drawing and things like that. Right, they're going to have to do these teams home and away. I think if Arsenal can get the head-to-head right against the big six and go to places and like not draw, like turn a draw into a win, then Arsenal win the league. And I think it's as simple as that. I think they've got the squad. Like the manager has a different issue though. Like whether you like him or you don't, you know what I mean? It's a toss of a coin. Some people love.
I think you're right, but my only concern on this is this, right? Yeah, the fan base love Arteta. God knows why. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But you are right, because I think, and I've said it on my shows, right? If he doesn't win the Premier League next year, that is when I think the fan base will turn. They'll start to say, well, okay, mate, you've had 6 years now, right? You ain't won jack shit apart from Community Shields, which means absolutely nothing, yeah? And you've won one FA Cup. So now you've got to go and really beat the big boys, as you said, home and away, yeah, and prove it. If you don't do that, see you later.
Yeah.
But the trouble is, though, Jez, you look at it, when this transfer window opens, that's Mikel Arteta's 10th transfer window. It's 10th.
Yep.
Right? And it makes you think, how many transfer windows does he need to actually get us over the line? And you know, it is ridiculous. I've never known a guy. He's lucky. He's very lucky, because if he was at Man City, Chelsea, or anywhere like that, he would have been gone. And that's a fact. So it's like I said, he needs to button up. He got to get this Premier League. He needs the Premier League title. Man City,
man. It'd be £1 billion this week. If he spends 200 million, it'll be damn near £1 billion he's spent.
Yeah, 250. He spent 750 so far. So if he spends 250, that's his first billion. And I got to be honest with you. You look at last season, Man City lost 3 Premier League games. Right? So from the start of the season to the new year, if Arsenal loses 3 games in that period, halfway through the season, we haven't won the league. Well, I'm just throwing it out there.
That's what, and that's the problem. That's what you're up against. You're up against a machine, mate.
Yeah.
And like even you drawing a game, even you drawing against Spurs, for instance. I remember when you drew 2 against Spurs at home. Yeah, and just one draw. One draw could sway it for you. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like that draw, you need them draws to be wins and things like that. And even the loss against us, for instance, like even if you get a point out of that instead of losing the game, or the Villa game, you turn that into a point. Then points add up. Like the losses into points and points into wins, and it calculates. The problem is you're up against Manchester City, who they've got a world-class team, they've got a world-class manager, and they just know how to do it, mate. 4 years on a row, they've done it, and they've done it against everyone. Like the best Liverpool side like that I've seen in my lifetime, and I'm 37 years old. Like I've seen other teams, but Liverpool's front three were deadly, and they just could not get through Manchester City. It's just what you're up. It's just what you're up against. The problem is what you need Arsenal to go up, you need City to drop down, and that's the only way you're going to do them. Because I think if you go like for like, Man City will always come out on top every single time.
Yeah, no, it's true. But as I always said, with our game that balls us up, it was the Villa game with Mikel Arteta changing that team around. Losing 2-0. That if we would have beat Villa, it would have been us lifting up that Premier League trophy last season. But this is where I said it, and Jez has said it as well. If we didn't sack Unai Emery, I think he would have won us the Premier League. Actually, I think he would have won us 2 Premier Leagues last season and the season before. I think he would have won it for us, Unai Emery.
I agree.
Just want to say hello to Carl Walsh and there. Big up Legends and Jez. Hope you had a great weekend. And this is an interesting one as well. I don't know if you saw this as well, but it's aimed at you, Jez. Aubameyang's comments on his downfall of Arteta. Arteta as a prick. Apparently, it's come out in the wash now. Finally, after all this time,
it has. Yeah, it has come out, and they clearly fell out. And Aubameyang is quite a very strong character. And he basically put 2 fingers up to Arteta and said, well, if you don't like it, I'll go.
Yeah.
And the way Arteta dealt with him was like, well, you go and train on your own like a little kid. Aubameyang, they missed him. He scored goals. Yeah, okay. I mean, that just says to me, again, and this has happened with way too many Arsenal players under Arteta, he is too arrogant. It's, if you don't agree with Arteta, then you're out. And that is why I honestly do believe, right? I honestly do believe that he doesn't use the kids. We've got a supposed academy somewhere, right? When we ever see these kids play? I mean, at least Wenger back in his day, in the League Cups, he played the kids, right? And he'd get through, and then when it got necessary, he'd have a few senior players on the bench if needed, right, to get it over the line. And I respected Wenger for doing that, because at least the youngsters were getting a go and getting seen, right? With Arteta, he doesn't even bother in the domestic cups. Doesn't even bother with it. It's an embarrassment. The
only thing I will say to you, I'll say you just said there about the youth, because I had this argument from the West Ham side of things. Fucking Tony knows this. I hear it all the time in regards of we should be playing the youth players. The game's changed to a point.
Take it, Henry.
Yeah, because now people want results now, and bringing players in and develop them over a period of time. Like, what do you want? Do you want tried and tested players ready to go right now? Or do you want to bring players in and develop them over a period of time? Now, I use West Ham situation, for example. We can afford to do that to a point, but even to a point, we still want to be competing for European sort of positions, like Europa League or Conference League or a top 10 finish. I don't think Arsenal can wait to develop a player when they're competing for high-end honours all the time, like Premier League. Like bringing in an 18 or 19-year-old, whether he's good enough or not, I don't think would be the right thing to do, because you're competing. If he makes one mistake that costs you a game of football, the fans could turn him like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about what you think on that. Obviously, I know everyone's grown up. I grew up with the Academy of Football, with West Ham, and I've seen some of the best players to ever play for England from the West Ham sort of academy. But for me, the game's changed now, mate, where people want tried, ready to go players now rather than waiting for them to develop over a period of time.
That's a great point. But the fact is, we used to do that, right? So the argument is then, why bother having an academy?
It's just a money-making thing, though, isn't it, though? Let's be real. Like it's
Yeah.
just it's a
Don't sell for any money. We had Floro Balogun,
yeah.
went on loan out to France, had a great season in France, comes back and we sell him for nothing. So what's the point, mate? What is the point of developing these players? Because Chelsea do it, right?
Well,
great-
let's put it this way. Declan Rice, right? Now, he's probably the best player that I've seen come out of the academy. And I'm talking Rio, Lampard, Cole, Carrick, Defoe, who I've seen. Yeah, because Deck, when he was in the academy, you just tell bang, he looked world class. Yeah, he was world class then. Now, the difference is you might get one that comes through. But if I was to say to Tony, how many players from the 2003 era to the present day have come through the academy and gone on to be really good successes? Probably two. Noble and maybe Rice. Other than that, there's not many. And it's like you're trying to fish for a star in there where you might not have one. Do you know what I mean? You might have 30 players in there, and there might only be one kid that is going to make the grade. And that's the difference. And I think it all depends on ambition. Like teams like Brentford can do this, Brighton can definitely do this. If they've got an academy that they work with and close with, they've got no real pressure. And let's be honest, a lot of teams use the academy to generate funds to boost into their infrastructure at their clubs all the time. Like big clubs don't really need to do that. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like Man United. Man United is a prime example. Mainu comes in, tears it up. He's done a really good job for Manchester United. But it's very rare that players are coming in and staking their claim in Manchester United side. They're one of the biggest clubs in world football. So, it's interesting to see.
I just find it fascinating that I can think of at least 4 or 5 Arsenal players that came through the academy, right, and went on to great things. And I hear what you're telling me. I do hear what you're telling me because everybody now, wants instant results. It's instant. I want it tomorrow. I want it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? In the fan base, it's got to be tomorrow, right? But sometimes you have to actually think, well, actually, I've got these players. I could use them. At least put them on the bloody bench in a League Cup game.
Yeah.
Give them a go.
I think it's like you said earlier on about a striker. If I had said to you right now, you've got a striker in the academy that's really tearing it up, would you rather him come in or would you rather buy a centre forward who's ready-made, ready to go? You would go with the striker who's ready-made, ready to go because you wouldn't want to wait for the striker to develop over a period of time.
I hear you.
Can you see what I'm saying? Because it works both ways. Yeah, and that is the problem with the modern day game. That's why a lot of players get released, go to other clubs, build themselves up. Look at players like Vardy, for instance, who went for the lower leagues, got his way through and got up to the Premier League and do it like that. I just think what you're saying is right. Yeah, it's all about today. It ain't about it is about today, right? It's about what you want now, not 5 years down the road. I think if you're like us, for instance, we can do that over a period of time, but I don't think teams like Arsenal can wait. Not while if they're hot now, they can't wait 2-3 years for a striker to be amazing. They need the striker to be amazing now for the moment that they're in.
No, it's true.
I just think it's a bit of a shame for the kids that Arsenal bring in. Probably a bit shame for the kids that you got bring in at the West Ham. But I hear what you're saying. I just think that, well, I'd be very pissed off as a parent, right? As a parent, if I had a son that was signed up by an academy of some team, and it was like this, that, and the other, and they just said, "Well, we're going to move you on. You're very good, but we're just going to move you on." Well, what was the bloody point then?
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's something you see a lot more often these days. As you say, that's your biggest problem. I mean, like as James said, I mean, I know when I was there myself, you could see there was a handful of players that were going through. The others, you knew there was going to be there and they're going to be gone. And that's like every club, but it's thinning out more and more as the season goes on. And unfortunately, as we all know, it's all about being a business now, isn't it? You've got to get results and turnover's got to be quick. And this is the reason why, as James just said there, and you guys have already said it before, in that you buy someone that's ready made, that can come in, hit the road running, and hopefully he's going to get you the goals and get the results and and hopefully the last thing, get you the title. But at the moment, yeah, youth. What's the point of actually having an academy when you see very little put through?
It's for money though, Tone.
Of
That's what
course
it
it is.
is.
Of course it is. You
It's
know.
a money making thing. If this, for argument's sake, we all owned a football club, us here right now, we had an academy. That academy generates profit for players each time. Like, so, for instance, if you go and sell a player to a West Brom or Stoke for saying for £5 million, that's instant profit. That's not like you haven't put nothing into like that player. You just give that player a platform to go and apply his trade somewhere else. So I mean, the difference is now is that no one can wait. That's the problem. And what I have noticed, and I have, this is going back to the West Ham figure from last year, when it ain't going so good, people scream, get the academy players in, get them in. Like, why we ain't seeing these players? The manager's stopping us from seeing these players. The moment the manager goes, a new manager comes in, you don't hear nothing about the academy. You simply don't. Who we're buying,
No,
how much we're paying, and it's the same old sort of stuff. Like, and it always has been like that. But if they're good enough, they will break through in the end. That's the only way I can look at it.
It's an interesting comment you made there because you've got to think now. Obviously, now Klopp's gone and Slot's coming in. These academy players that he's he's put in for the last season. Are we going to see as many of them played this season in the new season? That's going to be quite interesting to see. Actually, that's quite an interesting thing.
Probably not, mate. Probably not.
Question here for you though, James. Luca's asking your thoughts on Kudus' future.
Concerned, mate. Deeply concerned. I'm worried about this one big time because what it is with the Paquette situation, I think he's going to get banned. People think he ain't going to get banned, but I'm about 90% sure he's going to get banned on this, because in the betting game which I'm in, if you get done in that sort of aspect, you're getting done big time, and they won't hesitate about throwing the book at you. Now, if that is the case and Paqueta gets banned, West Ham have got to sell someone of value to get their transfer budget up so they can go and recruit 5, 6, 7, 8 players. And that is Mo. I'm seeing us linked with so many right-sided wingers, left-footed, right-sided wingers, and that is the concern for me. I said it on Twitter the other day. I was like, fucking hell, we're getting mentioned with so many of them. And is this saying that are they waiting for someone to come in with a big bid, like a Liverpool or someone come in and drop in 80 mil, 85 mil for Mohamed Kudus to say we'll take him now and sort of get you out of Stuck, sort of thing. I am worried about it, mate. I'm not gonna lie, because if he goes, then it's like one step forward, 3 steps back, and we're back to square one again. Like Jared Bowen won't leave West Ham. No. I think he stays here to the end of his career, but it ain't a good look if Mo does go.
Yeah, I agree on that. One for you here, Jez, which is quite an interesting one from Chris, the Spurs guy, just showing you Arteta spending 1920 to the 23-24 season.
I know.
That's
and we've bought a lot of crap there as well. That's the thing. And so, at the end of the day, you've got, sorry, Edu, Arteta, you've got to take responsibility for that. Players now you want to get rid of. Fabio Vieira, why? What? He's just not levels. I'm sorry for the Premier League, and you bought them, and now you want to get rid of them. Wow. And you get rid of them for no money. You won't get the money back that you paid for them. So, Marquinhos, the Brazilian kid, could have had him for nothing. Yeah. Oh no, keep good relations. We give you 3 million. That stinks. That absolutely stinks to me. Sorry, that the club Sao Paulo, we could have had him for nothing. Right? Oh no, we give you 3 million to keep good relations. That stinks, man. It absolutely stinks. And the fact, how many goalkeepers we bought since they've been here? 6.
6 goalkeepers.
And where have they all gone? Right? Ramsdale, decent. Raya, very good. Yeah. Where's the rest of them gone? Got rid of them because they were shit. And yet you bought them.
Yeah.
You bought them. Yeah. So I blame you for that. And we got absolutely no money for them of what we paid for them. So sorry, that's why I've got no faith in this management.
I mean, obviously, Hammeret's better than 3 keepers. What do you think of this Fodringham?
I had so much fucking grief the other day turning on Twitter. I mean, it was out, tweet something, and I was getting like quote, retweet, and everything. For me, yeah, people are blinded a little bit. Yeah, they say he's the third choice, but they keep forgetting that Fabianski is about 45 years of age, and he's going to leave either this season, late into the day, or next season. So Foreign will be second choice. He's not second choice material at West Ham. He really isn't. And like, you should be getting someone like Nathan Trottin, and like he's had a 2-year loan spell in Denmark. He's done all right. Get him in, give him a year to sort of bed into sort of being in a Premier League goalkeeper, then push him up the following season. Going for League One Wes is just taking the piss out of us, if I'm honest. It really is. On a free transfer and all. And this is the fear of West Ham that I've got, Tony. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. This window's got to be spot on. It has to be. Like, there can't be no excuses with this window. And if it ain't spot on, Steiden's gonna be in the firing line, our technical director.
Yeah.
Because everyone's gassed him up, raved about him, and said that he's the best thing since sliced bread. Now we're going to see what he's really all about in this window. So, yeah, I'm a bit concerned about what League One Wes. I know that.
I mean, Fuzzy, what's going on with Man U? Are you still? What's going on with the Ten Hag situation? Because that seems to have, like, the dust has settled now. We're not hearing much about that at the moment.
Well, it's still not really certifiably said what they're going to do with the manager yet. They're still sort of building this up. Like it's, like soap opera. You're waiting for the climactic season finale episode. Find out what's going to happen on the finale season episode next week. It's like it feels like it's just wasting time rather than acting more decisively, but getting it done and out the way. Because Man United have got so many different problems stacked on top of each other that you've got to peel it away layer by layer by layer. But if we're still sort of saying, well, on this layer, we're going to be indecisive, we're going to wait a little bit of time, we're just going to do this and that. It's like, it's all well and good doing your reviews. Ineos have been doing a review since they took over. Like, it's been going on and on and on and on and on and on. Get to the end of the season, oh, we're just going to do another review with the manager, and it's like, is there not, like, you've watched that team play, you've seen what the manager has said, what he wants, what that team's doing. There's a lot of information you can take away from that. Comparing it to what you also said, this is what you want to do, right? We've got a Man United way, or the Ineos way, that they want the manager to play. It's either the manager plays that way or he's not. It's either the manager is willing to play that way or he's not. It's either the manager has got certain identity, he's got a certain talent ID for the type of players he wants to go after. Ineos may have different ideas. So I think there's a lot of indecisiveness at the moment. And I think with Ineos in such a massive, massive summer, now it might just be the case that it's so early in the day that there's not really much trust there. Because I mean, we've already seen Ineos out trending, which for some people, that's Ineos out as trending because, oh, they're going to sack the manager, oh, they're going to sack him. The other people saying Ineos out is probably just looking at the way in which they're going about figuring out what they want to do. And it's like, well, this stinks of Glazeronomics. So there's ups and downs to this, but with the managerial situation, it should be getting sorted out within this week. This week it should be done and dusted, whether he's staying or going. I don't really necessarily care too much which one it is that they decide to go with, whether they decide to get rid of him or stick with him. For me, above all else, Ineos, the time for talk is done. The time for action is now. If you sack a manager, I want to see a good choice come in. Right? It's not going to be focusing on the manager anymore. I'm going to be looking at what is that board doing? What is the hierarchy doing? What is that structure doing? Are they serious? Are they not? Are they here for genuine success, or are they here for a vanity project? There's a lot of different things to this, and I think the proof's going to be in the pudding, and I'm sure it's going to happen some point this week. Maybe it comes out breaking Monday morning, 9-10 a.m. Oh, the manager's been sacked, or the manager is being backed. One of those two stories breaking tomorrow morning. That's what I want to see.
Interesting. Whereas we're nearly getting to the end anyway. Just with one thing, some guys put in the TB jugs. Hey guys, question: was Arsenal Academy always called Howland, especially in the 80s and 70s? Jez, that's probably one for you, mate. I'll
No,
big up the pen on the chat.
the Arsenal Academy was at the old London Colney. It was only when London Colney was massively redeveloped under Arsene Wenger that they spent millions and millions and millions redeveloping it because it was pretty old. Then Arsene Wenger decided to set up a separate academy at Hale End, and that was in 98, something like that, 98, 99, something like that, because it was deemed, I don't know why, but it was deemed they wanted to keep the reserves, the youth players' reserves separate from the first team players. So I thought that was a bit of a crazy move myself, because Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, right? When it was all developed, they used to go down to Hale End after training at London Colney and train with the kids. They used to go down there and train with them, and that was. I'm sure there's probably other senior players that did the same. But yeah, I don't know. They wanted to split it. I found it a bit weird myself. But no, originally it was that all the academy first team players were training at the old London Colney. But they spent tens of millions of pounds redeveloping it to what it is today. Well, was it good or bad? I don't know. But that's how it was, man. That's how it was.
It's similar to us. I mean, we've still got Chad Relief and Rush Green, haven't we? They spent money on Rush Green, the old Ford place. But yeah, I think they've done exactly the same thing, kind of split it up a little bit as well. I thought it was normal for the youth team to be miles away from the first team. No? Well, I don't know. I suppose it depends on the manager, doesn't it? I mean, if you want to try and play all the same system, I'd rather keep them all together. That way, then whoever transitions up or down, you're playing the same way.
I just don't understand it, because at the end of the day, if you're all part of the club, right? Yeah. I personally, if I was to own the club, if I was the owner, I'd want the kids to be interacting with the senior players so they can watch, listen, and learn, right? So they actually get a benefit of, right, okay, we brought you in as an apprentice academy player. I want you to learn off this guy.
What it is with a lot of the youth players, though, is that they think they've already made it before they've made it. That's the problem.
Cheers, Steve.
Do you know what I'm saying? And they think they've already sort of. Well, they tell people they play for Arsenal or West Ham, but they don't actually play for Arsenal. West Ham. Like, they are a youth prospect. Do you know what I mean, what they have to do? A lot of these youth players, which I noticed in West Ham over the last few years, and they've just started to do it now, is get these lads out on loan. Like if it's Dagenham, Redbridge, Southend, Yeovil, wherever, like just get them out there and get them playing. Do you know what I'm saying? And you will know more from a player playing consistently than you would do in playing in the under-23s over a season. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it was good enough for Defoe back in the day. I remember years ago when Jermaine Defoe was coming through the ranks at West Ham, and he went on loan to Bournemouth, and you think he scored 30 goals in a season. And that's what you need. You need players who are going to go out there and express themselves. Some players are going to overdo that, like your Declan Rice's, for example, who are way beyond loaning. Do you know what I mean? But even then, shout out to Pellegrini. Because Pellegrini give him the opportunity. Like he said to him, "Well, we've seen a player there. We're going to let you go and play." So a loan move's always good, but I think some of these youth players think they've already cracked it before they've actually made it big time. And when they end up playing for someone like Slough or someone like that, then they haven't. Then the reality sets in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So You know,
Whereas look at us, isn't it? It's like Potts, isn't it? With Wickham.
Potts, yeah, but it doesn't do him no harm, though, Tone. Like,
No,
it
of course
really,
not.
it
Of course
really
not.
doesn't. Like when you look at some players, Freddie Potts will do that. Would I want him playing for West Ham next season? I don't know. I'd rather him go in the Championship with a side, and then you build him up from the. Once you see how good he is in the Championship, because League One is a standard there. Championship is the bottom end of the Premier League standard, and then you're coming up into the big league where you're going to get against world class players week in week out. So it's going to be interesting to see. But like the youth system is a bit flawed at the minute, especially with a lot of clubs because they don't really need it.
No, it's true. Last question I'm going to put out to Jez and Anthony. And what are your thoughts on being linked with Neto again for 60 million?
No, thanks. Not
Pedro
again.
Neto.
Mm.
Do you know what? I like Pedro Neto, but last season with that injury he had, he's been a bit injury prone, and is a big if.
Mm.
So if we do sign him, that's a sort of player he can do well, but he's got to stay injury free in my book, because he was a good player. Obviously it Wolves, but last season he was a bit poor. So and that was obviously due to injury. So that's the only problem on that one.
Yeah, great. No,
Good.
we've had players like this before. Kieran Tierney, great player, injury prone. Sorry, that's why he had to go out the door. Sad. Probably the best left back we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Too injury prone. So sorry, you got to go.
Happy says, who was that kid that demanded a move away and Newcastle came through him and never used him only last season? Was that
Harrison?
Harrison? That's the Ashby, yeah.
Yeah, man. Everyone raved about him, including myself. Thought, you know what, he'll be the next big thing. Goes to Newcastle, gets loaned to Swansea, don't see him again. So there you go. Do you know what I'm saying? But
better the devil you know, as they say.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one that played for Leeds and went on loan to Everton? That Harrison.
Nah, it's Jack Harrison.
Jack Harrison.
Right.
This is our one. This is our Ashby. This was.
Yeah, again, youth prospect, looked good, wanting to succeed. Then he decided that he wanted to move somewhere else because he thought he was going to get ahead of Trippier, I think it was. And he realised he wasn't, and that was it. Now he's playing for Swansea. So, you live and learn.
That is true. Jez, if you'd like to shake your channel out, please, sir.
Sorry, mate?
You'd like to shake your channel out, please.
Oh, yeah. Arsenal history more. Everything Arsenal and other football's chat. So, yeah, that's what it is. Wednesday night, I'm doing part 2 of the Arsene Wenger days. It's all good. Thanks for having me on, bro.
No, you're welcome, mate. And been a pleasure as always. Fuzzy, you'd like to shake yourself out, please.
Muted, Buzz.
You're mute.
That's me forgetting.
That's it.
My turn. It's my turn. Yeah, it's a big ups to everybody in the chat. Big ups to everybody on the panel as well. Thank you for the invitation as always. You find me on Hotfuzz44OG on YouTube and Instagram. Got potentially doing a Monday night stream just covering all the transfer stories and the manager talk if we've got that news breaking tomorrow morning. Which of course I won't be able to do instant reaction for that because I'll be busy at work, so that's a bummer, but it is what it is. We're grinding. And then of course guaranteed Wednesday night, the Good, the Bad and the Ugly show again, with the likes of this prick up here and that other prick somewhere just over there up in that corner, to try and make sure my finger doesn't point towards Jez there, even though he's some type of prick himself. But we all love the pricks around here. But big ups to everybody, and also we're good to see you again, E20. I think it's the second time I've been on the panel. So good to see you, and also big ups to everybody in the chat. Fantastic show once again.
Anthony, if you'd like to do what you're kind of doing this week.
Yeah, you can see me. Well, it's on this channel, Early Doors Football TV, where we do the good, the bad, the ugly. Obviously with yourself too, and this prick down here, and and then obviously we do this show, the Sunday Night Takeaway. Obviously, you can see me on Jez's show on Arsenal history and more. Make sure you like and subscribe to that channel because Jez does a fantastic job, and obviously he gets good panelists on there as well. And if you want to hear facts, that's the channel to watch where you got the facts. And also E20, it's nice to meet you as well. I think this is the second time I've been on a show with you as well. So big up to you and anyone subscribe to E20's channel as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as he's not suspended, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Then he's fine. And James, if you'd like to shout your channel out, please, mate.
Tone, thank you very much for having me on, mate, as always, and to all the lads who are in this panel. Good chat tonight. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, come over and subscribe to me. I do a lot of stuff after hours. I've got this week. I'm back in action. West Ham related stuff. I'm going to build up to the Euros. Let's hope it's all coming on and we can all dance in the streets of the UK and everything. And but will Southgate let us down? Probably. Yeah, subscribe to us. Also, smash a like on the video for this channel, their channel, my channel, and also before we go, I don't know, a sort of season review with Tony on E20, talking about the season, Moyes, Lopetegui, and everything. Go over and check that out. That was pretty good video. So yeah, appreciate coming on, Tone, and to all the gentlemen in this panel.
Is it actually E20 Zone TV?
That is correct, mate.
I'll go and subscribe in a minute, mate.
Nice one. Thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated.
No, thank you very much for all coming on. And the panel's always great to have you all on board. And obviously, as always, the great people in the chat that help support us along this way. And yeah, you know, very pleased with the way things are going at the moment. Just gone over to the 300 subscribers now, so I'm very pleased with that in that respect. And without the channel, without the panel and the chat, we won't get where we are anyway. And guys, thanks again for coming on. Been a pleasure.
No worries at all, Tone.
Yeah, no problem at all. You know, it's great talking about it, and you know, something to do while football's kind of out of the way at the moment. So it's good to have a little chat and ranting about things as we're doing. But everyone in the chat, thanks again. And yeah, as Anthony and Fuzzy said, the good, the bad, and the ugly on Wednesday night. We'll be looking at also to do a review of the season with the three clubs respectively, Arsenal, Man United, and West Ham. And we'll pick our best 11 from that point. So if you can, come over and watch us at 8:30, and we look forward to seeing that. Other than that, guys, thanks again. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and hopefully the week doesn't go too bad for you. Take care for now.
Take care.
Turn down the volume, quick.